Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost time for the pregame show.
maybe it goes by overall record because they don't have the same record. They have the same points. Right?
So yeah, redo that. Okay. So do I think?
That's all right. That's fine. Yeah, we'll just go on, like at 6:59. Yeah. Okay. I'll do the thing.
Overtime is right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bristol Blues Baseball on the Beat as the Bristol Blues return home to take on the Pittsfield Suns as the Blues battle for playoff seeding in the FCBL, the second to last home game of the 2017 regular season. Hello again, everyone. My name is Rick Ferraro. Pleased to be joined by my good buddy and broadcast partner, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro.
What's going on?
Well, the Blues is pretty simple. Keep winning, and you keep a playoff game here for Monday, which would happen. Right now, the Blues are in the 4 seed, trying to hold on to that spot.
Yes, and game number 47 for the Blues. And as you mentioned, they pretty much, for their sake, just win the rest of the games, make a playoff spot, and as potentially, if everything goes well for them, have a home playoff game on Monday. And they have one of the best pitchers for them on the mound tonight, and Michael Gennaro, the lefty.
Gennaro on the mound, who's had a pretty good season. Last couple times out, last 2 starts combined, 14 innings pitched, just 3 earned runs between his last 2 outings against the Silver Knights on July 20th and the Navigators on July 29th. Of course, a guy who usually doesn't walk anybody, only 5 walks on the season in 40 2/3 innings.
Now, he's been great. Obviously, when you talk about Gennaro, everything is with his control, which has been great all season long. And this is a great chance for the Blues tonight to have success offensively when they're facing the guy on the other side, Brendan Shalakas, whose ERA is almost north of 7.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side of it, it's going to be Blues and Suns getting close to the playoffs here in the FCBL. Hope you stay with us here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory keyword retirement.
Welcome back to The Beat, the Bristol Blues broadcast. Now we're just about to get on their way. The Blues are just about to take the field. They're standing on the third base side in front of their home dugout. And when they do, Michael Gennaro will take the mound, and he'll take the mound against the following Suns lineup that Mark will read out to you right now.
Yeah, this is a team that we're getting very familiar with over the last couple of days.
I feel like we're the Suns broadcasters.
Yeah, they've been here a lot. So now, leading off for the Suns tonight in center field is Andre Marrero. Hitting second in right field is Zach Smith. Hitting third, Ryan Arena at second base. At designated hitter, batting cleanup is Sean Phelan. Hitting fifth in left field is Jacob Westerman. Hitting sixth, Scott Holzwasser at third. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Alex Parkos. Hitting eighth, catching Sevi Tochi, and hitting ninth, the shortstop, Hal Hughes. And on the mound for the Suns tonight is pitcher Brandon Shalakis.
And as we mentioned, on the mound for the Blues tonight is Michael Gennaro, the native of Greenwich, Connecticut, who goes to Babson. 2-0 on the season with a 3.76 earned run average. 8 games, 7 starts, 40 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 22, walked just 5, and surrendered 51 hits. His last outing came July 29th. That was right here at home against the Navigators. The Blues lefty went 6 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 10 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 4. On the season against the Suns, he has faced them once. That was all the way back on June 8th on the road in a 13-3 Blues loss. He went 4 2/3 in that game, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 7 hits, no walks, and struck out 5. He did not get a decision in that game, but the Blues ended up losing by 10.
And you know what? One thing the Blues have gotten recently, and especially from the pitching department, is a lot of innings. Because Gennaro in his last 2 starts has pitched 14, and they got 8 previous innings in their last game against the Suns with Malachi, who will be joining us in the top of the second.
Happy to have the Blues right-hander up when we get to the top of the second, but before we get first pitch, we'll set up the Blues defense. Out in left field is Logan Green. Chris Davis at his usual spot is in center. Nick Roy gets the start in right. At third base, making his, I believe, his first start at third base this season, at least at home we've not seen him here, is Max Guillon. At shortstop is Jason Gonzalez. At second base is Mark Tomosa. Mitch Williams, the Fairfield product, is at first base. Jeff Shanefield is behind the plate. And as we mentioned, Michael Gennaro on the mound.
And for everyone wondering out there watching the game on YouTube, if you're looking at third base and you see Max Guillon for tonight only wearing number 13, not his usual 19.
Starting things off for the Suns is the Quinnipiac Bobcat, Andre Marrero. On the season, hitting .270, 38 hits and 141 at-bats, 6 home runs. He's driven in 33. Lefty-righty matchup, and the Blues left-hander deals swung on and fouled back, and we are underway here at Muzzy Field at 7:05.
And something to keep in mind, leadoff hitters against Gennaro on the season, hitting .400.
The 0-1-2 Marrero is fouled right side out of play, and Gennaro quickly had 0-2. And that just cracked a light, and the light just crashed all over the top of the Suns dugout on the first base side and onto the field. That was a direct shot at the light tower, right at the light. I thought it was one of the sound effects. I thought someone had a nicely timed sound effect with the light crash here at Muzzy Field, and it actually was the actual light.
I think we have seen it all.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Because you heard it right away, as now you see. Got to clean it up, so now we'll have a little bit of a delay.
I've never seen that one before. If you've never been to Muzzy Field, There's a light tower that's standing right between the stairwell and the visiting dugout on the first base side. The stairwell leads up to bleachers that are on the first base side. And the tower, it's a good distance up there. And if you're going to hit a light bulb, it's got to be a straight shot. And it was right at the bulb, and it just crashed all over. And you can see the little pieces on top of the visiting dugout, which the Blues don't have on their side.
No, they don't.
So the Suns are lucky. There's a covering over their dugout on the first base side.
Well, at least everyone's okay. That's the main thing. As now the grounds crew and Ronnie Palmer cleaning up first base side.
But Zach Smith looks like he's okay. He was on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, he was. He got out of the way very, very quickly.
So now you wonder, well, when this game gets where the sun sets, do they turn that tower on? Because that tower looks right down on home plate.
And now the umpire is calling for something. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, what a way to start off the game.
Well, now the serious question though, does that affect the way the lights hit home plate? Because that's one light that faces right on top of home plate.
Could be for sure. But this is great though. On a side note, with Gennaro just warming up now, get those warm-up pitches, make sure everything is all set as you throw into Shane Felt. So great job by Gennaro there. Don't just stand around and do nothing. Just get throw, stay loose as, again, still cleaning up the mess left over there.
So welcome to the natural night here at Muzzy Field. Roy Hobbs just broke a light tower. We're so glad you were joining us tonight.
We also want to say it's host family night here at Muzzy Field. We saw
that is true.
Pregame ceremony before the game. All the host families were on the field with the players, obviously letting them stay during the summertime, so they're fortunate enough to play in the FCBL.
Now, not only do you have to clean up the glass from the bulb that's in front of the visiting dugout near the on-deck circle, but there is also glass on the steps for fans to head up to the bleachers on the first base side. So we'll have to watch that and try to clean that up too. Make sure no one steps on that.
And we even see one of the players who's in the lineup tonight for the Suns, Scott Holzwasser, actually participating, helping out.
Utility guy.
Yeah.
Literally.
Playing third base tonight.
Not something I think I've ever seen, a ball hitting a light and bursting like that. I mean, now considering Major League Baseball, to hit a light where the lights are set up at Major League stadiums is pretty tough. But even in minor league stadiums, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, I never did either.
And they're still picking up pieces of glass in the on-deck circle and in front of the visiting dugout.
As every person on the Blues infield now together. And you see the outfielders all spread out. Shane fell still behind the plate. I'm not sure where Gennaro went. But that was one of the things I was going to mention before that little incident occurred with all these Blues pitchers, whether it's Malachi, who again will join us in the top of the second, or someone like Gennaro. It seems like every Blues pitcher's numbers are tremendous when they have runners on base, and even with two outs, they always seem to find a way to work into and out of trouble and always limit the damage. In Gennaro's case, coming into tonight's start against the Suns on the season, with runners in scoring position and two outs, batters are hitting .238. So that tells you all the success that he has had all season, because as we know, Gennaro is a contact pitcher, while the base runners always reach base via a single. As we know, the walks does a very good job eliminating them. So with these Blues pitchers, a lot of them always seem to bear down when guys reach on base. As now some of the grounds crew is going to the stairs, making sure every single piece of glass is not there. Because obviously you have fans walking over there too. So you got to be careful. You got to watch your step now, all these fans.
You know, I think the bulb didn't actually was hit. I think it was the protective glass that's in front of the bulb.
Oh, really?
Well, wait, I'm just kind of looking up into it. I'm noticing the light next to it. There's a protective glass that looks like it's in front of the bulb. So the light bulb may actually still work. I think. We'll have to see what happens when the lights do get turned on here. I mean, the sun is setting earlier and earlier, so we're going to have to turn the lights on a little earlier, especially now there's a delay.
Right.
I think it was the protective glass in front of the bulb. That's what my theory is. Just based on comparing the two lights. The lights are being turned on now. Yep, and the bulb is on.
Okay.
So you signed that? What is this?
Whoever thought it would be a glass delay
We've
start
had a lot
this game.
of delays here. We've had a lot of we've had rain delays. We had ceremony delays. Never a glass delay.
Nope, you can add this one to the list. As now Gennaro's back on the mound and will warm up. And the umpire tells him just keep throwing. Keep getting loose.
Well, this has probably been about a 6-minute delay so far.
Yeah. And the count's 0-2 on Marrero to lead off for the Suns here in the top of the first.
Yep, that light is definitely coming on. So it was the protective glass, which is, I guess, why it's there. It did its job, but now hopefully there's not another foul ball that heads in that direction. Otherwise, that bulb is going out, and we're going to see a light show here.
And you mentioned Marrero, the Quinnipiac Bobcat, the all-star, too, in the FCBL game, hitting .270 on the season with 6 home runs and 33 RBIs. Those 33 RBIs lead the team for the Suns.
Now, when the Suns were here on Sunday, Marrero, in Game 1, which was the continuation of the June 30th game that was suspended, Marrero was in that lineup, played that game, and then was due to lead off in Game 2 of the doubleheader,
That's
the
right, he
regularly
was.
scheduled game, and then the first batter he was pinch hit for by Jacob Westerman. So after roughly a 7 or 8 minute delay here to clean up all the glass from the exploded light, we're just about ready to get back into action here with the 0-2 count on Marrero.
Everyone reset, and now we're good to go.
So Marrero digs back in. Down in the count 0-2 to Gennaro. The lefty deals. High and away, ball 1.
This will be the 9th meeting of the season between the Blues and Suns. Bristol's 3-5 against Pittsfield.
That's on the outside corner. Strike 3, 1 away. Good start for Gennaro.
But to keep in mind, though, the Boys and Blues have won 3 of their last 4 meetings with the Suns, including that game back on July 23rd where the Blues scored 24 runs in the road victory. Split the doubleheader on Sunday, and then one on Tuesday on the road.
Smith fouls the first pitch back 0-1. The person who evaded the shattered glass in the on-deck circle. Oh, 0-1 the count on Zach Smith. The lefty Gennaro deals. Fastball on the outside corner, quickly ahead 0-2.
Smith has the 3rd highest batting average for the Suns this season, hitting .318 with 2 home runs, and has driven in 18 runs.
That one's lined to center field. That'll get down in front of Davis for a base hit. So Smith ups that average a little bit. First hit of the game belongs to Zach Smith and the Suns, 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up the second baseman, Ryan Arena.
So to clarify once again, on Sunday, the Blues won Game 1. That was the game originally scheduled for June 30th with the beautiful performance by Dakota Sitar. 5 2/3 innings, struck out 9. And then the Game 2, the Blues lost 2-0.
Pitch to Arena's high, ball 1.
But then this past Tuesday, the Blues won once again 4-2 on the road. Only concerning part of that game, they left 14 men on base.
Swing and a miss at high fastball. Count 1-1 on Arena, who comes into this at-bat hitting .306. 30 hits in 98 at-bats, 5 home runs. He's driven in 21. Foul first base side. Hopefully that does not hit a light tower. It does not, and the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Gennaro is chopped on the ground to second. Can they turn it? Tamosa to Gonzalez. The return throw to first is not in time, so the fielder's choice goes 4-6. Arena replaces Smith at first. Runner on first, 2 out now. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Sean Phelan.
Phelan on the season has 4 home runs, 23 RBIs, hitting .327, which is second on the team. Number 1, Kevin Donati.
First lefty batter of the game takes a breaking ball down low for ball 1.
If you look at the lineup, actually, Donati's not even playing for the Suns tonight.
And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Lefty-lefty matchups. Lefty's hitting .260. That one's inside ball 2. Let's see if I can find him. That is not him. Sorry, lefty's hitting .340 against the left-handed Gennaro. That one's chopped on the ground to second. Tamosa comes in. Will flip underhand to Mitch Williams, and that will do it. So, an uneventful inning except for the broken light tower. Other than that, pretty uneventful. After half inning of play, no score between the Suns and the Blues coming to bat on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The CV Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. CV Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasonInsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
We go to the bottom of the first inning here at Muzzy Field on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. Suns did not score a run, although they did knock out a light bulb on a foul ball. Other than that, Suns nothing. Blues coming to bat, and Mark is here with the Blues starting lineup.
All right, here we go. Leading off for the Blues tonight in the left field is Logan Green. Hitting second in center field is Chris Davis. Hitting third is Jake Frassa, who is the designated hitter. Hitting fourth at shortstop is Jason Gonzalez. Hitting fifth in right field is Nick Roy. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, Mitch Wild Thing Williams. Hitting seventh at third base is Max Goyon. Hitting eighth is Jeff Schoenfeld, the catcher. And hitting ninth, playing second base is Mark Tamosa. And once again on the mound for the Blues tonight is the lefty Michael Gennaro.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives.
Suns line up the following way. In left field is Jacob Westerman. Andre Marrero, who broke that glass in front of the light bulb, is in center field. Zach Smith is in right, who avoided the glass. Scott Holzwasser gets the start at third. At short is Hal Hughes. At second base is Ryan Arena. Alex Parkos gets the nod at first. Sevi Tochi is behind the plate. And on the mound is Brandon Shalakis, a right-hander out of North Dayton, Massachusetts, who goes to Quinnipiac like his center fielder Marrero. 1-1 in the season with a 6.89 earned run average in 9 games. 8 of those 9 games have been starts. 45 2/3 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, 15 walks, and a remarkable 60 hits allowed.
On the season, Logan Green is hitting .248 with 1 home run and 9 RBIs as he's awaiting the first pitch from Shalakis.
Fastball strike to Green, 0-1. Shalakis has 2 outings against the Blues this season. August 1st was his last outing against the Blues and his last outing of the season. Fastball misses high and away, flinched by the umpire, but a count 1-1. Went 2 innings, allowed 1 run, 2 hits, 3 walks, struck out 2 in that August 1st game, which was a couple days ago. 1-1, breaking ball strike 1-2.
Now Logan Green hit his first triple of the season back on Tuesday in their victory over the Suns 4-2. Also scored 2 runs and walked twice.
1-2 on the way to Green. Fastball high, 2-2. Shalakis, we saw here back on June 20th, went 5 1/3 innings, allowed 8 runs, which was tied for a season high for him. 9 hits allowed, 3 walks, struck out 2. The Suns won that game 13-11. That one's chopped foul, 2-2 still on green.
And the way that game ended on Tuesday, Ryan Arena was thrown out at the plate. So a wild finish in Pittsfield. And the Blues were able to prevail with the victory.
2-2 on the way. Breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 3. Green goes down looking. Good start for Shalakas in the bottom of the first. 1 out, nobody on. And that'll bring up the Princeton product, Chris Davis.
Now in that game on Tuesday, Chris Davis picked up RBI number 17, walked 3 times, scored a run, and stole his 23rd base of the season.
It's never a good idea for opposing teams to walk 3 times the fastest guy on the team. Never a good idea. First pitch, a strike to Davis, 0-1. That's usually going to come back to bite you. Hit on the ground to short. Hughes gobbles it up, fires the first inning. Davis is retired. 2 quick outs for Shalakas in the bottom half of the first. That'll bring the DH, Jake Frasca.
Now you're probably wondering, well, if Chris Davis walked 3 times, what happened? Well, the starter for the Suns on Tuesday was Brian Rodriguez, who we have seen a bunch of times here as a pitcher and a hitter. In 2 innings, walked 7 hitters.
Whoa. First pitch to Frasca is fouled straight back, 0-1. We saw Brian Rodriguez on the mound here once, and I think he went 2 innings and struck out 5 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I believe that was the 13-11 game. Well, yeah, he was nasty that night.
0-1 the count on Frasca. Chops one on the ground, foul outside of third, and the count 0-2.
That just tells you, though, the up and down, the flows of the season with these pitchers. They're going to be hot, they're going to be cold, especially now late in the season with a playoff coming up for all these teams. Want to definitely show their best.
Actually, that June 20th game was even better than that, as Frasca awaits the 0-2 pitch. Fouls that one straight back, still 0-2. June 20th against the Blues, got the win, one of his 2 wins on the season. Faced 6 batters and struck out all of them. And he pitched the 9th inning and 10th inning of that game. Far cry from his last outing, walking 7 in 2 innings. Frasca chops one on the ground to Hughes, and he's retired. A 1-2 inning for Brandon Shalakas. After 1 inning of play here at Muzzy Field, Suns nothing, Blues nothing, here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to BristolBeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
Welcome back to the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. No score between the Suns and Blues as we start the top of the second.
After tonight's contest versus the Pittsfield Suns, the boys and Blues have just one more regular season home game at historic Muzzy Field. Sunday, August 6th, your Bristol Blues welcome in the Wachusett Dirt Dogs at 6. We hope to see you here. As look who has joined us in the booth.
Well, I feel a little uncomfortable because now I'm stuck between 2 Albertus guys, at least 2 former Albertus guys. As Malachi Edmond joins us on the broadcast. Malachi, good to see you.
How you guys doing?
Well, better than that light in the
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
top of the first. Breaking ball strike to the Suns leadoff batter, Jacob Westerman.
Now, first, we want to say congratulations on being named the On-Deck Sports Pitcher of the Night for Tuesday.
Thank you.
That one skied in the air to shallow center. That's going to get down for a base hit. So Westerman starts the second inning off with a bloop single.
With a great performance against the Suns.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went in there with a clear mind. At first, I was trying too hard a little bit. That's why they got to me in the first inning. I had a 2-out walk. And then after that, my coach sat me down and was like, baseball's supposed to be fun. Just go out there and have a lot of fun. And that's exactly what I did, and I just kept on cruising.
Now, what has worked for you personally? Because in the last 3 starts, you've given up 1 run or less.
I think it's because I got a better feel for my curveball. I don't know. It's just I've been, as you guys can probably tell, my velocity has gone down a little bit. And it's because I've just been taking a little bit off, not trying to overpower guys, because when I overpower guys, I just throw a lot more balls. So I think just slowing down my arm and being able to control and spot up my curveball.
Now, what have you learned from your experiences at Albertus Magnus College as well as Western Oklahoma State College that have helped you pitch here for the Blues?
Just a really hard work ethic. I mean, going to a D3, that's nobody really expects too much of you. I mean, so it's either you buy in and want to grind, or you just pack it up and just say, I'm just going to go to school. So for me, I didn't want D3 to be my last stop. So I was going to go down and just grind and see what I can do.
Scott Holzwasser drew a 5-pitch walk, so the Suns have runners on first and second, nobody out to start the second inning against Michael Gennaro, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Alex Parkos. First pitch from Gennaro is a breaking ball, misses high, ball 1. You've done a pretty nice job over your past few outings. It's nice to see. From up here, you can see is that one skied in the air to center, Davis under it, and he makes the catch 1 away, no advance by the runners. You can see up here with the movement of your stuff. We have a kind of a unique vantage point with the way your breaking pitches move, the way your fastball moves. Fantastic stuff, and it's nice to see the results now coming for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's what my dad has always taught me since I was a kid. He said your goal as a pitcher is not to throw anything straight and not to throw anything flat, because when you throw something straight and flat, people can start barreling it up. But if you keep on throwing stuff that either cuts or tails, it's very hard for people to barrel things up off you.
Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Sevi Tochi, the catcher. 1 out, 2 on. Now, this is your second year in the FCBL, right?
Correct,
Last
yeah.
year with Torrington?
Correct.
What do you think are the differences between Torrington, your experience there, and now this season in Bristol? Are they similar? Are they different in any way?
They're pretty similar, mainly because I'm pretty sure we have about 6 guys from the Titans last year on this team. So, I mean, it's kind of similar atmosphere. I absolutely love it. The FCBL treats its players fantastically every year. It's just the atmosphere here is just what I want to keep on coming back for every summer.
0-2 is fouled at the plate. Still 0-2.
Now, batters on the season are hitting .222 against you with runners in scoring position and 2 out. So how can you explain your success in that particular department?
It's kind of hard. I mean, when people are in scoring position, you kind of want to buckle down, and you know that every pitch does matter, but especially with runners in scoring position. So, I mean, I just lock in a little bit more, and I just spot up better, I guess. I mean, I know that when somebody's on second base, I can't really leave it up, because if I leave it up and they hit a single, that's a run scored.
And especially against lefties, you're very tough against them, only hitting .217.
That's actually surprising to me, actually, because
doesn't feel that way on the mound.
Not at all. I absolutely hate facing lefties. To me, it's just weird because my fastball usually cuts a little bit, so it's throwing an inside fastball is a little scary because I don't want it to cut into them and hit them in the leg or something.
Count's still 0-2 on Tochi.
This year, in comparison to last year I didn't have a changeup at all. So, I mean, that might be a little bit more for the success against lefties. So when I was down at Weston, I learned to change up, and I guess it's been working for me so far.
That one's chopped foul. That had some funky spin. Schoenfeld went back out to try to field it, and it just bounced into foul territory. So still 0-2 on this Suns catcher.
Well, this is great to have a couple Falcons in the booth.
Oh, of course.
And a high school Xavier Falcon, too.
Okay, well, that's not really a true Falcon. I mean, that's not a Albertus Falcon, so it's just a baby Falcon. Tochi putting up a long at-bat against Gennaro. Runners on first and second, one out top of the second. Lefty deals, swing and a miss. Looked like a good changeup there. 2 gone, and they'll bring up the shortstop, Hal Hughes.
Now, will you get one more start in the regular season, or are you not sure yet?
I don't think I'm gonna get one because I've been talking to Ronnie and Jordy a little bit. I might have a little like spot start, kind of like Fox had, where I go out there for like 1 or 2 innings just to make sure I keep my stuff. But I'm pretty sure that they said that they want to keep me for the playoff games.
Sure, that's coming up?
Yeah, next week.
Hughes swings and misses. Chase went out of the zone. Count 0-1. Now, is there anybody, and this is a question I know Mark likes to ask this usually, but I'm going to take it today. Is there anybody in the majors that you watched, whether growing up or who currently plays, that you watched and try to mimic or try to imitate to say pick up some things about who you want to follow?
My favorite pitcher in the MLB is Max Scherzer. I just absolutely love his follow through and just his mechanics, and I try to mirror as much as I can to my own comfortability. But he goes out there and he's just a mad dog. He's always mad, and it's just a great guy to watch. And he goes out there and he competes every single time he's out there.
You see often him talking to himself out on the mound, pitches high 2-1.
Yeah.
Especially when he doesn't execute on a pitch. It could be no one on base in a game that the Nationals are winning by 7.
Exactly.
And you see him talking to himself on the mound.
Yeah, he holds himself to such a high standard to where it doesn't matter if they're up, down, tied. He's always going to go out there with the same mentality.
2-1 on the inside corner, 2-2 to the Suns' number 9 hitter.
It must be a great opportunity for you next spring to pitch for the University of New Mexico, the Lobos.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I'm super, super excited to get out of a small college. As you know, Albertus is pretty small, and Western was even smaller than Albertus. So going to a school with 30,000 students is going to be a huge atmosphere change and everything, and I'm just can't wait for it.
Max Goyon makes a nice play to his left, throwing out Hughes at first. Malachi, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, man. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Inning and a half in the books. No score between the Suns and Blues on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential. Help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, work it. Let work it help you.
You go to the bottom of the second inning. Here at Muzzy Field, no score between the Suns and the Blues as the sun goes down. Remains to be seen whether these Suns will go down tonight. Leading off for the Blues, it'll be the middle of the order, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, starting with Jason Gonzalez. And again, we thank Malachi for coming to visit us in the booth. One of our favorites to talk to even after the games, too. Usually likes to chat.
Yeah, we always seem to find them after the game.
I think it's just that Albertus thing. You guys just, no matter if there's an Albertus person around, you guys kind of just find each other. It has this weird magnetic thing.
Of course. Well, every time Malachi always takes the mound at Muzzy Field, I usually have my Albertus polo waiting.
So you're going to fly down to New Mexico next year with your Albertus polo on to root him on?
Yes, I'll make a trip or two there. Of course. Absolutely.
Jason Gonzalez will start things off for the Blues, the 2017 FCBL Home Run Derby champion. You had 15 in that final round. Almost took out a light of his own out there in left field. Gonzalez on the season, hitting .232. It's cooled off a bit since getting hot near the middle of July. Fouls the first pitch off 0-1, hitting .232. 19 hits and 82 at-bats, 2 home runs. He's driven in 20. His 20 runs batted in, second on the team, behind just Jake Frasca. 0-1 breaking ball that does not drop in the zone, a count 1-1.
Especially tonight, you see the Blues lineup. While they're maneuvering around for Ronnie Palmer now, guys are moving up in the lineup as you see Nick Roy hitting behind Gonzalez tonight, batting 5th.
1-1 fastball misses down on the way 2-1. And we have to mention, we got a little caught up talking to Malachi. Nice job by Gennaro getting out of the jam in the top of the second with first and second, nobody out.
Seems to be the theme of all these Blues pitchers all season long.
Gonzalez chases a breaking ball on the count 2-2.
That was a base hit by Westerman, the walk to Holzwasser, but then 3 straight outs. Parkotz, Tochi, and Hughes. But it seems like every Blues pitcher, they do the same thing. They work into and out of trouble every single inning.
2-2 from Shalakis. Curveball. Gonzalez waits on it and fouls it down the right field line out of the plate. Still 2-2.
And we saw even Gennaro's last start against the Navigators because in 6 innings, he gave up 10 hits, but only 2 runs.
Navigators gave a lot of base runners in that game. Had a lot of chances to score in that game, too. Gonzalez fouls it away, still 2-2.
Especially with Joel Torres on the mound, too. Same thing. A couple innings that he came in, guys were on base, but they kept the deficit enough where they were able to come back with the big hit by Mitch Gilmet, the second walk-off at Muzzy Field this year.
Count still 2-2 on the Blues shortstop this evening. Waits on that curveball, threw a curveball 3 straight times, and he finally timed it on the third one as this one gets into center field. Gonzalez heading for second. He's in standing with a leadoff double.
Well, great start for the Blues this inning with a nice rip double by Gonzalez into right center field. And you could tell he was right off the bat with a great speed. You knew he was going to second immediately, which he did. So now for Nick Roy, his job is to move Gonzalez over to third and have some productive outs right here.
Kind of an odd pitch selection there. 3 straight times threw him the curveball. Had him fooled the first couple times, and the third time he timed it. And
Pitches
roped
up
it
in the
back
zone,
the
too.
middle. Yeah. Nick Roy stands in hitting .263, 25 hits and 95 at-bats, 2 home runs. He's driven in 11. Fastball misses high and in, ball 1.
Second base hole is a little open for Nick Roy if he wants to go the opposite field. But we'll see if Arena gets back in time.
1-0 pitch chases a high fastball, and the count even at 1-1.
A couple times we have seen some of these Blues hitters go the opposite way, especially the left field. But all you want Roy to do is hit it to the right side and get Gonzalez to third.
1-1 the count on the Blues right fielder. Gonzalez bluffs toward a third, does not go, and Roy takes a strike 1-2.
Because as we have seen a lot of times before in this situation, 2 productive outs, whether it's a ground ball and then a fly ball, you could get a run with 2 outs.
1-2 the count on Roy. Shalakis sets at the belt and delivers. Fastball high, 2-2.
Close call right there, but it goes in the favor of Roy as it counts now 2-2.
Mitch Williams, the first baseman, due up next. Runner at second, nobody out. Time is called. At the last second, Shalakis delivered the pitch anyway. We knew it was going to be a fastball since he delivered the pitch. Now that you've shown him the fastball, now what do you do? Do you go back to it or do you go for breaking ball?
I think with a 2-2 count, you could go with the breaking ball here because if you don't throw it for a strike, it is 3-2. Then you would expect the fastball there.
Well, he was going to go with 2-2. He goes with the breaking ball on this 2-2. Every time now a foul ball is hit in this direction, I keep looking up at the lights. Make sure they're all right. Still 2-2 on Roy.
Very fortunate, though, because that's the last thing everyone wanted to hear if one of those lights weren't going to work.
Sounded just like that sound effect that stadiums usually play. People laugh, oh, shattered something. As Roy skies one in the air, fairly deep right field. This one's going back, still back, and it's up against the wall. Gonzalez went back to second base to tag up, and he only make it to third. So back-to-back doubles, however, a run does not score. The Blues have runners on second and third, nobody out for Mitch Williams.
And that ball went just over the head of Zach Smith in right field, but you can't blame Jason Gonzalez, who's at third, because he had to read that ball all the way to the end, and by the time he got to third, the ball was already in there. So now it's second and third for Mitch Williams.
Yeah, it's a tough read if you're Gonzalez. Out in right field is Zach Smith, and kept going back. Looked like he might have gone, and that ball just kept going. Infield is back except for the third baseman, Holzwasser. He is in at third. Fastball outside, ball one.
So you would think anywhere that Williams puts the ball besides third base should give the Blues the lead.
And the mound. That's pretty much it. Anything past the pitcher should be a run. That one's skied in the air towards left. Gonzalez tagging from third. Here comes the throw. And no advance by Gonzalez. So Westerman threw into third. That wasn't a great throw. Wasn't a horrible throw. It was heading toward the cutoff man at third. So Mitch Williams does not get the job done. Runners on second and third, one out. And that'll bring up Max Goyon.
And I will see here now if the Blues can get a run on and out. Not deep enough for Gonzalez to tag up. A nice job by Holzwasser cutting that ball off there. So again, Holzwasser is in at third. All he needs is a little ground ball or a fly ball deep enough to score the run from third.
Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1 to Goyon.
Definitely for the Blues here, you want to score early. You don't want to waste this great opportunity with second and third, nobody out. You want to make sure you drive in at least one run, but you want to get a little greedy and get two.
That one's lined to left field. Westerman can't get it. It drops down for a base hit. Gonzalez scores. They're going to hold up the runner at third, which was Roy. Goyon goes to second, an RBI single for Max Goyon, and the Blues strike first. They take a 1-0 lead.
Look at that. It's the third double of the inning for the Blues. Gonzalez, who scored on that double by Goyon, and then Roy, who's now at third. So the Blues get the first run of the game, looking for more as Jeff Schoenfeld steps up with one out and two on.
Max Goyon, as Mark said earlier, not wearing his usual number 19. Deciding to go with 13, as he told us earlier, for a friend. Just for one night only, as Schoenfeld takes inside ball one.
But if you're the Blues, this is exactly what you do against a pitcher whose ERA coming into tonight's game was over 6 and close to 7. You want to attack him early. And so far, they got one run, looking for more.
1-0 fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. Now they score it. They give Goyon a single and goes to second on the throw. One and one the count on the Blues catcher. Runners on second and third. One out, a run in. Shalakis deals. Swing and a miss. Jays they fastball in the upper part of the zone. Count 1-2.
Sure, if you're Shalakis here, definitely looking for the punch out, keeping those base runners where they are right now. If you can get out of this with one run, you'll definitely take it, but still has a lot of work left to do to make sure that happens.
Right-hander pitching out of the windup. And delivers the 1-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground up the middle. That'll get through in the center field, a base hit. That'll score Roy, waving Goyon around third and scoring. On his way to second goes Schoenfeld. A 2-run single for the Blues catcher, Schoenfeld, and the Blues, with 3 in the inning, take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Schoenfeld with 2 strikes. Rips it up the middle for a base hit. 2-run score, and because of the throw in center field by Marrero to the plate, that allows Schoenfeld to move to second. So just like that, 3-0 Blues early, and still with a chance to add some more runs.
So that'll bring up Tomosa. Runner on second, 1 out. 3 runs in for the Blues in the second. Fastball high, ball 1.
But not a good decision there by Marrero throwing that ball to the plate because he was going to be safe. And because of that, that allows Schoenfeld to move into scoring position.
It's actually 2 throws this inning that probably should not have been made to home, considering the speed of the runners. Tomosa fouls that back 1-1. Twice allowing runners to move up to second base. One of those runners has scored. That was Goyon, who's just scored on Schoenfeld's single. So an RBI single for Max Goyon, a 2-run RBI single for Schoenfeld. Gives the Blues a 3-0 lead here in the second. We're not holding Shanefield particularly close at second, so he can get a decent jump and lead. That's hit on the ground to short. Hughes on a couple hops gets Tomosa. On his way to third is Shanefield, so he's there with 2 outs. And we go back to the top of the order. And Logan Green.
And now, as you mentioned, Logan Green stepping up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Blues in front, 3-0. Logan Green struck out last inning to lead off for the Blues. Looking for run number 4 right here with 2 outs.
Shanefield at third with 2 out. And that's hit on the ground to short again for Hughes. On the backhand, fires, and he got him. So the Blues score 3 times on Max Goyon's RBI single and Jeff Shanefeld's 2-run single. We head to the third, 3-0 Blues on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagné, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagné at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody, that's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagné.
We head to the top of the third inning on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 3-0 Blues lead the Suns after a 3-run bottom of the second for Bristol.
Mark your calendar. There is just one more day for fireworks this season here at Muzzy Field. Here we go. The last game of the regular season, Sunday, August 6th, as your Bristol Blues face a division rival, the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Game time is at 6.
2 up for the Suns in their half of the third inning. It will be the top of the order. Andre Marrero, Zach Smith, and Ryan Arena, the Suns center fielder, right fielder, and second baseman. Michael Gennaro looked like he was going to get himself into trouble to start the second. Allowed a single and a walk to begin the inning. And then a fly out to center, a strikeout swing, and a ground out to third. Kept the Suns scoreless, and then the Blues scored 3 times in the bottom of the second.
They got 4 hits that inning for the Blues. Gonzalez, Roy, Goyon, and Shanefield. So everyone contributing and making sure they take advantage of those opportunities which presented themselves, and the Blues definitely did.
First pitch to Marrero misses high for ball 1. Marrero struck out looking his first time up. And also broke a light, which I'm sure we're going to send him a bill for. That one's popped in the air to shallow center. Out is Tomosa, in is Davis. That is Tomosa staying with it for the first out of the top of the third.
It could have been a little dangerous there, especially with Tomosa going back, Davis coming in, but Tomosa makes the catch. There's 1 out. Especially Gennaro keeping that pitch count low. As we said before tonight's game, last 2 starts, 14 innings. As Zach Smith, who singled back in the first, is now at the plate.
First pitch to Smith is high, ball 1. Gennaro's next pitch will be number 40 of the game. And it's swung on and missed, 1-1.
So not terrible, especially if he has a quick inning here. So that Blues bullpen has been a little bit more rested lately, especially with the rain out last night.
1-1 on the way, misses down and in, 2-1. The Blues were scheduled to take on the Navigators last night. Smith swings and misses, and the count evens up at 2-2. That looks like the frustrating part if you're a hitter facing Gennaro. Comes at you with a nice easy motion. Does not have overpowering stuff, but he has that little changeup that gets hitters way out in front. That one's hit high in the air to deep left field. This will stay in the park, though, and be caught by Logan Green for the second out of the third inning.
So nice job by Gennaro early on here in the top of the third. Get 2 quick outs, and that's important, especially when your offense gives you runs. You don't want to give it right back. So good job so far getting 2 quick outs, and we'll see here if he can do the same and get number 3 and give this Blues offense up once again.
First pitch is fouled off Schoenfeld by Ryan Arena, count on 1-1.
Arena reached on a fielder's choice in the top of the first.
Top of the third inning, 2 out. Blues lead it 3-0. After putting up a 3 spot in the bottom of the second. Looks like Schoenfeld on that foul tip might have broken his mask. And he went back to where the Blues dugout on the third base side. It looked like he was going to replace it, but instead he heads back behind the plate, crouches down, and awaits the 0-1 from Gennaro, which is high, 1-1.
I was going to say, a second delay tonight?
A light delay, a catcher's mask delay. 1-1 is just outside 2-1.
We haven't seen the bat hop yet.
You're going to do this again? You did it the other day on Sunday. You said you haven't seen one. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner 2-2. Arena did not like that call.
Yeah, I expect at least one per game, especially here.
2-2 pitch. High pop-up. Foul territory, third base side. Schoenfeld in the on-deck circle. Stays with it, and he makes the catch! What a play by Jeff Schoenfeld, sticking with that one. And diving in the on-deck circle in front of the Blues dugout to make the play for the final out of the top of the third. Jeff Schoenfeld, so far, put a little star on him, player of the game tonight. We head to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Blues on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunxus Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. 3-0 Blues lead it. On the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. And what a night so far for Jeff Schoenfeld.
Yeah, behind the plate. Nice catch right there to end the top of the third. Great catch right there. And he fell down at the end. So great night for him so far. RBI, making a great catch. And we'll see here if the Blues offense can do their damage once again against Shalakis, as the 2, 3, and 4 hitters will step up. Chris Davis, Jake Frasca, and Jason Gonzalez. And one thing, you take a look at your scorecard right now, a lot of activity for the Pittsfield Suns shortstop, Hal Hughes, because Davis drowned out to shortstop in the first, as well as Jake Frasca, and last inning, the last 2 outs with Tomosa and Logan Green.
So the 6 outs Shalakis has gotten, 4 have been ground outs to short. The other 2 outs were a strikeout of Logan Green and a fly out to left by Mitch Williams. First pitch to Davis misses for ball 1.
Again, Chris Davis on the season with 23 stolen bases in the FCBL.
And he's ahead of the count 2-0.
Definitely not one of the guys you want to fall behind and let get on base, because this guy causes a lot of havoc.
2-0 hits the inside corner 2-1. The corner infielders are in a bit. Now they back up slightly with a 2-1 count. That one misses outside 3-1. By the way, we're a long way from it, but 3 players share the record for most putouts recorded at shortstop. That one's fouled away, 3-2.
All right, let me hear him.
Joe Cassidy 1904 of the Washington Senators, Hud Ford of the Cincinnati Reds in 1929, and Shorty Fuller of the New York Giants in 1895. And Davis works a walk, so he's on. 1 out, nobody on. That'll bring up Jake Frasca.
So nice at bat right there for Davis. Reach on the walk. Again, 23 stolen bases, only been caught twice, and we'll see here if he's looking for number 24. Got a great lead over there at first.
Runner goes to round to second, is way late. A stolen base for Chris Davis. And the count 1-0 on Frasca.
Number 24 for Chris Davis on the season. Gets into scoring position, so once again, if you're Frasca, all you have to do is move him to third and keep getting runs on that scoreboard.
That one's fouled away, 1-1.
Last inning, Gonzalez started off the bottom of the second with a double and then scored on the double by Nick Roy.
Now, I just made a horrible mistake, and I should be embarrassed. 1-1 pitch is hit on the ground at the middle and through for a base hit. Palmer's going to wave Davis around third. He should score easily, and he does. And throw gets behind the catcher. Frasca goes all the way to second. And the Blues take a 4-0 lead. Another not a good decision by Romero to throw that ball home, considering the speed of Davis.
Yeah, once again, obviously Davis, you're thinking he's going to score anyway, but Marrero still makes the throw home, which easily allows Frasca to go to second as the ball gets away from the catcher, Tochi, right there. So just like that, 4-0 Blues, and still nobody out for Shalakis and the Suns.
That was not a good decision, considering the speed of Davis. That one's a breaking ball down and away, ball 1. The chances of you throwing him out are very slim, especially on a ball that wasn't hit that hard to center field. You have to come a long way to get it. Now, my horrible mistake was I said putouts in a game. Should have been assists. So I apologize for the mistake. That one's line in the air to deep center field. That's going to be well over the head of Marrero and all the way to the Bristol Hospital sign in deep center field. Frasca can walk home. Another double for Jason Gonzalez. And the Blues are pouring it on here. They take a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, the hits keep on coming. There's contagious here at Muzzy with these Blues hitters. Once one guy starts it off, everyone follows suit. And you mentioned that back-to-back innings with Jason Gonzalez with a double. It's 5-0 now. Still nobody out as you see a mound visit trying to calm down Shalakis.
Third double of the game for the Blues. Second by Gonzalez. 3 runs in the second for the Blues, 2 so far here in the third. Now, I should say, to correct myself, most of the sits in a game by a shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
The record belongs to Tommy Corcoran of the Cincinnati Reds. He had 14 in one game.
Wow.
In 1903.
You see the common theme with that, the names you have listed and the years, a long time ago.
However, the American League record, 2 people hold that. Bobby Reeves of the Washington Senators in 1927 and Alex Gonzalez of the Blue Jays in 1996.
All right, there you go.
So the Major League record is 14. So we still got 10 more to get to that. He'll not have a chance if the Blues keep hitting doubles.
And still nobody warming up in that bullpen for the Suns. So Shalakis will still be out there. Maybe now you'll see someone at least lightly throw in that bullpen, but you don't want to. I mean, this game's already out of hand. It could be a lot worse, especially with these Blues hitters. That day off definitely helped them.
This inning started with a walk to Chris Davis, stole a base. Jake Frasca had an RBI single, went to second on the throw home. And Jason Gonzalez with a booming RBI double to center. And the pitch to Roy is high, ball 1, who also doubled.
And to think against the Suns this year, the Blues started 0-4. But have turned it around, winning 3 of their last 4.
1 on the count on Roy. Fastball inside, 2-0.
The first 4 losses against them came on June 3rd, June 7th, June 8th, and then June 20th. And their 3 victories, July 23rd, June 30th, and August 1st.
Breaking ball on the outside corner, 2-1.
the famous June 30th game.
I would say infamous, considering the rain that came down that night that we just completed this past Sunday. 2-1, fastball misses the outside corner, 3-1, and Shalakas really struggling in innings 2 and 3.
And now you do see someone starting to warm up in the Suns bullpen. So the way Shalakas is pitching right now, he won't last too much longer, especially if that relief pitcher gets warms up pretty soon.
3-2, check swing. And he did not go, so Roy walks. Second walk of the inning by Shalakas. Runners on first and second. Still nobody out for Mitch Williams.
And Mitch Williams in his first at-bat flew out to left field in his first at-bat.
This night has the feeling that we're going to keep seeing crazy things tonight. Considering we started the things off as Williams takes a strike 0-1 with a broken glass in front of a light bulb in a light tower 70 feet up in the air. Oh, 1 is high, 1-1.
As we find out in the press box that number 35, Tyler Barrett, is warming up in the bullpen for the Suns. Thank you, guys.
That's a rope up the middle for a base hit. Ronnie Palmer puts the stop sign on Jason Gonzalez, and the Blues are set up for more runs here. Bases loaded, and not one single out has been recorded here in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up Max Goyon.
So Gonzalez is at third, Roy at second, Williams at first with Goyon, who already drove in 1 run. And you see the body language of there from Shalakas, definitely frustrated with himself. As it's 5-0, still nobody out. Now, he's still got a long way to go, but this definitely reminds me so far of that game back on the 4th of July when they faced the Silver Knights.
The right-hander's first pitch to Goyon is a breaking ball down and away, ball 1.
So I think they scored, 15 runs that night?
Yes. Which normally would be, that's a season high, but forgetting they dropped 24 on the Suns on the road. That one's fouled back, 1-1.
Against the Suns.
This will be pitch number 60 coming up for Shalakas with nobody out here in the third. Bases loaded, 2 runs already in. Breaking ball, and that hits Goyon. So that's going to be an RBI for Goyon, his second of the game, the painful way. And another 3 spot for the Blues. They lead at 6-0, and the bases are still loaded.
Yeah, everything's working for the boys in blue so far tonight with the singles, the doubles, the hit by pitch, the walk. It's 6-0, so they keep pouring it on. As steps in a man who drove in another run last inning, Jeff Schoenfeld.
So at third is Roy, at second is Williams, Goyon at first. Nobody out, 3 runs in for the second straight inning for the Blues. And Shalakas out of the windup, deals high, ball 1. And Shalakas screaming at the home plate umpire, came halfway down and is pointing, still talking to the home plate umpire.
I'm not sure why, because that pitch looked pretty inside from what I saw.
I'm not sure. Maybe he's asking for the check swing. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Boy, Shalakas is hot out there.
And it doesn't help giving up 6 runs and 7 hits.
Took that throw back from Tochi and snapped his glove at it. That's rope foul. Third base side. That was almost another 2 runs. Maybe 3 runs driven in for Schoenfeld, but it was foul.
And this could be a little speculation here, but if he ever gets removed from the game from the manager, you could see him have a few words when he walks off the mound to the home plate umpire.
Well, he's certainly not happy with him so far. 1-2 the count. Looking for his first out of the third. That's popped up first base side foul territory. That's Parkos making the catch for the first out. of the third inning.
So makes the big pitch right there to get the first out of the inning, but still needs two more as Tomosa steps up, who ground out to the shortstop, Hal Hughes, last inning. Now you look at the bullpen once again. Nobody's warming up, but maybe Brett is ready to go.
So the Blues this inning, a walk, a single, a double, a walk, a single, a hit by pitch, and a foul out to first. That one's lined to right field. That will be caught by Smith. Tagging at third is Roy. He is going to score. A sac fly for Mark Tomosa. Fourth run of the inning for the Blues. It is a 7-0 game here in the third inning.
And that actually was a pretty good throw out there by Zach Smith. Almost was a little more closer at the plate, but the run scores, and just like that, 7-0 now for the Blues. 4 runs this inning as we turn the lineup over again to Logan Green, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the first and a ground ball to Hughes in the second, as both runners are steal that base easily.
Well, things are just not going right for Shalakis, as the double steal puts runners on second and third, 2 out. 0-1 the count on Green.
And that's huge now because a base hit makes it 9-0.
Breaking ball down and away, ball 1.
But Shalakis was definitely not looking at the runners. His focus was on the hitter, and easily both runners move up one base.
That's it on the ground, slowly towards short. Hughes charges, fires, and got him. 4 runs in the inning for the Blues. They lead it by 7 after 3 full innings of play here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues Player of the Game. Then head over to the Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the Player of the Game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
We head to the top of the 4th inning here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. The Blues ahead 7-0. Michael Gennaro has been removed from the game after 3 shutout innings, allowed 2 hits. New pitcher is Tyler Kovalevich, who was due to start last night's game that got rained out here. So the right-hander coming in to get some work in on the season. 0-1 in 7 games, 5 starts, 24 innings, 21 strikeouts, 18 walks, 33 hits allowed. Gennaro goes 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk. He struck out 2. He cannot get the win since he did not complete 5 innings. And that is where we are on the top of the 4th.
The top of the 4th means it is time for On This Day in Baseball History. We'll go back to 1933. A's pitcher Lefty Grove shut out the Yankees 7-0 at Yankee Stadium. Prior to that contest, when was the last time the Yankees did not score a run in a game? August 2nd, 1931. Robert Moses Lefty Grove won 300 games during a 17-year career and won the Pitcher's Triple Crown twice, leading the league in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. The 2-time World Series champion was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1947. And 2 more to go.
The DH Sean Phelan will lead things off for the Suns, down by 7 in the top of the 4th. Pitches inside from Kovalevich, ball 1.
But because of the rain out, as you mentioned yesterday, this allows Palmer to get some guys their work because Kovalevich was supposed to pitch last night.
Breaking ball down low, 2-0.
And even Malachi was talking about it when he joined us, how he probably will come in for a game this weekend at some point just to stay loose for the postseason run.
2-0 is fouled back, 2-1.
And Phelan's first at bat, he ground out to Tomosa in the first to end the inning.
Two-one down and in, 3-1.
Especially if you're Kovalevich, though, coming into the game, you want to throw strikes. You don't want to give life to these Suns hitters in this overall team as they're down by 7.
Righty Kovacic deals, and that's hit on the ground to Tomosa again. 2 at-bats for Sean Phelan, 2 groundouts to second. And that's how we start the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Jacob Westerman.
In 1987, Twins pitcher Joe Negro was ejected from the game by home plate umpire Tim Cheetah. An emery board came out of the knuckleballer's back pocket. The 1987 World Series champion was suspended 10 games by American League President Bobby Brown for defacing the baseball. The Twins still won that game 11-3 over the Angels at Anaheim Stadium.
Jacob Westerman takes a fastball strike from Kovacic 0-1. Westerman opened the second inning with a single. He got there with nobody out, but Gennaro kept things scoreless as he fouls that one away. 0-2.
And we'll save the third one as we begin the bottom of the 4th. Gotta make it wait just a little longer.
Anticipation. Kovacic deals, hit weakly on the ground to first. Mitch Williams fields, flips, and he got him. Nice job by Kovacic, breaking off the mound immediately and covering. 2 ground ball outs to start the top of the 4th, and that'll bring up Scott Holzwasser, the Suns' third baseman,
who walked back in the second in his first at-bat. So Kovacic did exactly what you need in a big run lead for the Blues here. Get those outs quickly, which he has. And now looking for number 3 to give this red-hot Blues offense up once again.
Fastball, high ball, 1 to Holzwasser.
7-0 lead for the Blues. A touchdown.
What did you think of Gennaro over his first 3 innings? The count now 2-0.
Well, I think it was very good. I think once again you see what his game is all about. A couple base runners on base, but he bears down when guys reach, as we saw in the top of the second. First 2 guys reach, base hit and the walk, but gets out of the inning and gave up no runs.
2-0, breaking ball down on the way, 3-0.
You would think he'll be definitely one of those pitchers that will get an early start in the postseason for the Blues, as right now they're the 4th seed in the FCBL.
3-0 hit high in the air down the left field line, and that is going to be out of play. The count 3-1. Interesting getting swinging on 3-0 down by 7.
Looking for all those base runners you can get, but maybe he figured nice fastball cookie right down the middle.
Three and 1 the count on Holzwasser. 2 out, top of the 4th. Kovacic deals, and that's fouled away, and the count full 3-2.
So Kovacic has worked himself back into the count. As due up for the Blues next inning will be, again, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Davis, Frasca, and Gonzalez.
3-2 swing and a miss. Chase the high fastball and a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Kovacic in his first inning of relief. We head to the bottom of the 4th. All Blues so far. It's 7-0 on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. Blues leading the Suns 7-0. And the Suns will dip into the bullpen. They'll bring on the right-hander Tyler Brett, native of Hebron, Connecticut, who goes to Roger Williams. Will make his 15th appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with a 5.78 earned run average in 18 2/3 innings. He struck out 19, walked 16, and surrendered 25 hits. His last outing was August 1st, a couple nights ago, in the Blues 4-2 win. The right-hander went 1 inning, allowed a run. It was earned, 1 walk, struck out 2. This will be his 5th appearance of the season against the Blues. His 1 win of the season actually came against the Blues. That was back on June 3rd, his first appearance of the season. pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the Suns' 4-1 win all the way back on June 3rd, which was exactly 2 months ago.
In 2002, Edgar Martinez became the 11th player in history to hit 3 sacrifice flies in one game, tying the MLB record. The 3 sacrifice flies came in the designated hitter's first 3 at-bats. Seattle defeated the Indians 12-4. The 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner and 2-time AL batting champion had a career batting average of .312 with 309 home runs. From 1995 through 2001, Martinez hit over 20 homers and in 6 of those 7 years drove in 100 RBIs. And the reason I say that for last is because Edgar Martinez should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that should have already happened already. Absolutely. Oh, don't get me started on that.
That's why I figured let me save it for the 4th. But yeah, I mean, look at the numbers that this guy produced. I don't care if he's a DH. He deserves to be in Cooperstown.
Chris Davis starts things off. He also led off the 3rd inning with a walk and a stolen base. That hits the outside corner. 0-1 from Brett.
Yes, that was number 24 for Chris Davis on the season. Definitely a guy, when he gets on base, very aggressive on the base pass, as he went on the first pitch last inning.
So he's 0 for 1 on the night so far. And that's it on the ground slowly to second. Arena fields and gets the Speedy Davis for the first out of the 4th. Then I bring up Jake Frasca. Frasca 1 for 2. Grounded out to short in the 1st inning. Had an RBI single in the 3rd and came around to score on the Jason Gonzalez RBI double, who's on deck.
So we'll see here if Brett can keep the deficit at 7 and allow no more runs on the board for the Blues.
First pitch misses 1-0. That's down on the way 2-0. Frasca and Gonzalez came into this game. Gonzalez trailing Frasca by 1 RBI for the team lead. Frasca had an RBI single to make it a 2 RBI deficit for Gonzalez, who followed him up by driving him in and making that back to a 1 RBI deficit. So as of right now, Frasca has 22 and Gonzalez has 21.
It's always impressive because Gonzalez didn't even start the team with the Blues.
3-0 is low ball 4. So Frasca with a 4-pitch walk puts a runner at first and 1 away for the aforementioned Gonzalez.
And the man with the 2 doubles will step up, Jason Gonzalez. Double in the 2nd, double in the 3rd. As you mentioned, his double last inning, scoring Frasca. But again, so impressive when we see Jason Gonzalez, his maturity at the plate, especially a long time ago when he first started off, always chasing those high fastballs. But ever since he stopped doing that, he's been a totally different hitter at the plate.
Fastball strike 2, Gonzalez 0-1. All right, first is Frasca 1 out. Blues lead by 7 in the 4th. Brett deals low to 1-1.
Tyler Brett from Roger Williams. Going to be a sophomore this year. 6'2" righty with the count 1-1 on Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has smoked 2 doubles to center field so far tonight. Breaking ball low 2-1. Those seem like the last 2 things that Gonzalez needs to develop. Do not chase the high fastball and try to hit the breaking ball.
Especially with the fastball, he has definitely not done that as much as we have seen early on.
2-1 the count on Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. He did chase the high fastball there, 2-2. The 2 doubles, both off breaking balls against Shalakis, that he stayed on and drove to center. The last one was a booming double. Went one or two hops off the Bristol Hospital sign out there, and that one's roped into left field. There's a base hit for Gonzalez. This time of the one base variety. The Blues have runners on first and second, one away for the right fielder Nick Roy,
who doubled back in the second and walked in the third. Now his third at bat coming up, and the way he has been hitting tonight, you would think that he's going to sit very comfortably in that fourth spot for the Blues from now on. Especially the way he's hitting, you cannot take him out of that fourth spot. As now you see Tochi go out to talk to Brett on the mound.
Three runs for the Blues in the second, 4 runs in the third. And they have runners on first and second, one out here in the fourth. 7 runs on 8 hits so far. And while the Suns, no runs on 2 hits. Right-hander Tyler Brett trying to work out of trouble. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1.
Might be one of the first times this season that we have seen Nick Roy's name in the fifth hole. Most of the time we see him at the bottom or at the top, but batting fifth right behind Jason Gonzalez.
So far it's worked out nicely for him with a double and a walk. Frasca at second, Gonzalez at first. The 0-1 is a breaking ball, low 1-1.
That's one of the great things, though, for Ronnie Palmer, that he doesn't have to worry about putting these guys in any particular spot because they hit. Doesn't matter if they hit at the top, the bottom, middle. These guys produce, especially here at Muzzy. I mean, the way they hit here is truly unbelievable, what they have done all season long. And considering that they began the season 0-6 and just turned things around nicely.
That's hit on the ground slowly right side. Arena gets to it. He'll only have time to get one. So he gets Roy. The runners move up to second and third. 2 away now in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up Mitch Williams.
See, right there, that was such an impressive play there by Parkos, because a lot of times on that particular play, you would see the first baseman move over a little more on his other side, which would then take him away from first base, because if that happened, Roy would have reached easily. So Parkos figured that Arena was going to make the play, so he went back to first to get the out. Nice job there by Parkos.
Mitch Williams 1 for 2. Takes a break him on the dirt ball one.
That's right. We analyze the little things here.
Yeah, that's I mean, as you said, a lot of first basemen will range too far. By the time they get there, the pitcher may not have broken off the mound, or sometimes they're not the most coordinated people and will get crossed up over there at first base.
Especially those who are not familiar with playing first base a lot, too. Always a tougher read for them.
That one misses down low 2-0. By the way, I was just looking at the numbers, the home and road splits between the Blues.
Yes.
As a team at home, the Blues hitting .262. And on the road, as a team, hitting .265.
And you would never think
I
that.
never would have thought that.
Wow.
On base percentage at home coming into this game. Well, we'll get to that later, as that's hit in the air to center field. Marrero underneath it and makes the catch, so the Blues threaten but do not score in the fourth. We head to the fifth. Blues lead by 7. It's 7-0 on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory, keyword retirement.
Welcome back to the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. The Blues lead at 7-0 as we head to the top of the fifth inning.
We'll take a look at the upcoming Blues schedule. Tomorrow, the boys and Blues have a day off. And then on Saturday, just a reminder, 2 games will be played against the Worcester Bravehearts at 7:05. That will be the last road game of the regular season. So probably that first game will start around 4:30. And on Sunday, the last home game of the regular season at Muzzy Field against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Game time will be at 6.
New pitcher for the Blues as Ronnie Palmer just going to get his pitcher some work. It'll be the righty Kyle Hogg out of Ramapo College. He came up to visit us a couple games ago in the booth, making his second appearance of the season. His first appearance was a loss on the road on July 28th to the Brockton Rocks. And he got rocked in that game, allowed 8 earned runs in 6 innings, 10 hits, 4 walks, struck out 6. So he's in relief of Tyler Kovalwich, who was in relief of Michael Gennaro. Gennaro went 3 scoreless, took Kovalwich pitch, they 1, 2, 3, 4th, and now Hogg here in the 5th. And we're talking about the home and road splits for the Blues.
Yes.
Their on-base percentage at home, this now keep in mind this is coming into this game.
Right.
Blues on-base percentage here at Muzzy Field, 352. On the road, their on-base percentage, 353. OPS at home, on-base plus slugging, 690 at home, 759 on the road. I never would have, if I would have said those were flip-flops.
Oh, of course.
Considering how well they played here all season.
Especially that 24-run game came on the road.
That certainly, I think,
that
helps a lot. 22 home runs, 111 RBIs on the road, as opposed to 9 home runs and 102 runs batted in here at home. Now that is to be expected as the breaking ball misses from Hogg to the leadoff man, Alex Porcos. I think the home runs to be expected. Muzzy Field was one of the bigger parks in the FCBL.
Oh, for sure.
1-0 is fouled back 1-1.
So
I think the home run difference is certainly to be expected.
Yeah, that one I'm not surprised about. But the other ones, I would never have think most of those numbers in favor of hitting on the road.
They scored 129 runs away from Muzzy Field and 125 coming in. That one's lined to right field. That's going to get down in front of Roy for a base hit. So Parkos on his first hit of the night. 3rd hit of the game for the Suns. 1 on, nobody out for Sevi Tochi,
who struck out back in the 2nd.
Now, if you want to add in the runs tonight, they now have scored more runs at home than they have on the road.
Yep.
That was just coming into the game.
But that's huge. They definitely made some adjustments on the road, and especially with the playoffs on the horizon, they could have a couple games away from Muzzy Field. So especially you want to have success not only here, but also when you're not playing at Muzzy.
First pitch is outside, ball 1. As of right now, Monday would be the first game of the playoffs, and it would be here. The Blues are the 4 seed out of 6 teams. However, the top 2 have byes. So the matchups would be 3-6 and 4-5 with teams in the 3rd and 4th seed, which the Suns are in the 3 seed.
Right. Come into tonight's game with 53 points as opposed to the Blues, who have 48. So Blues hold on here, that'd be 50 points.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Now the Blues have played the least amount of games in the league that we have checked because of all the rainouts they have had. But still, in 4th place, looking good for a playoff berth. Again, the top 6 teams make the playoffs.
1-1 pitch is chopped on the ground, foul outside of 3rd. Nice play by Malachi out there in the Blues dugout, feeling that high chop. Salutes to the crowd. He's doing it all tonight.
That's right. In the booth, making a nice play there in foul territory. Had a great performance. On deck player of the night, or pitcher of the night for Tuesday.
1-2 the count on Tochi, the Suns catcher. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased the breaking ball. And there is one away in the top half of the 5th inning. I'm going to bring up number 9 hitter, Hal Hughes.
Who ground out to Max Goyon back in the 2nd inning. And as we mentioned, got a lot of work tonight so far as shortstop.
Blues have only played 46 games. The next fewest is 49. The Dirt Dogs, that one's fouled away at 1-1. The Dirt Dogs at 49. The Bravehearts at 49. And the Silver Knights at 49. The Bravehearts already played today in the first game of a doubleheader.
Right, and they won 6-3. And we'll get to the rest of those scores in the top of the 6th inning.
which is an inning from now. That's chopped on the ground to short. Gonzalez charging. He'll flip to Tomosa for one. They will not be able to get Hughes at first base. Nice play by Gonzalez getting the lead runner on that slow ground ball, though. The fielder's choice goes 6-4. 2 out, runner at first. And we go back to the top of the order and Andre Marrero.
How fitting for Hughes to hit to the shortstop, Gonzalez, for the second out of the inning, especially with the work he has had there tonight. As you mentioned, Marrero steps up, struck out back in the first, and popped out to Tomosa in the third.
One on, 2 out in the top of the fifth. Blues lead at 7-0 with 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the third. Hogg deals, breaking ball low, 1-0.
I bet the rest of the way you'll see Palmer have a sort of a same strategy with his pitchers, making sure some of these guys stay loose, get ready for the playoffs, which you'll see him pitch an inning here.
That's foul. First base side, 1-1. There is somebody warming in the Blues bullpen as of right now. And I want to say, just based on the motion, it's Joel Torres. But I'm not entirely sure. I will not take that to court.
Especially after this pole right in front of me. So I really have to lean over to your side to see who's warming up.
I know. I feel a little uncomfortable with this leaning, as that's fouled away 1 and 2.
We got to pick up binoculars. We got to pick up some binoculars.
That would be that would be helpful, yeah.
But we have John for that. He has the binoculars over there.
He does, our public address announcer. Eagle eyes with those binoculars.
Oh, yeah.
He spots, usually you hear him say, someone's warming up. 1-2 pitch, chopped on the ground towards short. Gonzalez charging. Bare hands, fires. Oh, what a play by Jason Gonzalez coming in, fielding the bare hand, and getting a good runner in Marrero to end the inning. Everything going right for the Blues in this one so far. We're halfway through with the Blues ahead, 7-0 on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The CV Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. CV Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasoniinsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
We head to the bottom of inning number 5 on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, with the Blues ahead 7-0 here on a Thursday night at Muzzy Field.
Coming up for the Blues and the bottom of the 5th here will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Max Goyon, Jeff Schoenfeld, and Mark Tomosa. But as you mentioned, Gonzalez, what a nice play to end the top of the 5th, barehanding it, firing it to first for the 3rd out. As you said, everything is just clicking so right for the Blues right now.
That was really a fantastic play by Gonzalez. With a good runner for Marrero to be able to make that play. He's going to be a player that I think I could see him possibly coming back next year in the FCBL.
Sure.
But if he makes some strides at Vanderbilt next year, will he be a freshman? Next summer, he may be in a Cape Cod League type thing. Or I mean, this is going to be one career I think we're going to follow as Max Goyon takes a strike 0-1.
Could definitely be drafted as well. There were some talks, I think, even before this year that there was a chance that he would be selected in this year's draft by some team.
0-1 from Tyler Brett, hit on the ground to second. And for the first time tonight, Max Goyon is retired for the first out of the 5th.
And especially because we saw a lot of scouts here on the home run derby, which of course he displayed tremendously, winning the whole thing, beating Don Walsh. And to think that he was not even supposed to be in the home run derby. We replaced Alex Brigman, no problem. He wins the whole thing.
Really put on an impressive display that night. I mean, he hit some absolute shots. I think the most impressive was the last one of the final round, which was an absolute blast straightaway left, probably almost hitting the lights out there. as Jeff Shanefield takes inside ball one.
I think it was over the scoreboard, too, to finish it off.
Shanefield has had a good night so far. Had a 2-run single back in the second inning and made a fantastic defensive play, a diving catch as he takes a breaking ball strike 1-1 in front of the Blues dugout to end the top of the third inning. One and one the count. Tyler Brett, his second inning of relief, deals a breaking ball low, and the count 2-1. You know, Jason Gonzalez is one of those guys who's kind of got one of those in-between bodies. 2-1 pitches high with a fastball, 3-1. Kind of in that mold of Kyle Ripken, Alex Rodriguez type, who's can play short. Probably as he moves on is going to have to move to third base. But he shows he's got some pretty good hands as shown in that last inning. 3-1, hit on the ground to second. Nice play by Arena. Throws to first in time for the second out. That's a nice play by Ryan Arena. Going into the slide to his right on the backhand, making a nice pick and getting the Blues catcher for the second out of the inning.
We've seen Hughes get a lot of action at shortstop, and now Arena back-to-back outs here in the fourth with Goyon and Shanefield as Tomosa steps up 0 for 2 on the night. 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly.
In this game, 5 ground outs to short by Blues batters, 4 ground outs to second. First pitch to Tomosa is low, ball 1. But when they haven't hit it to short or second, it's been mostly to the gaps in the outfield. 1-0 way inside and behind the back of Tomosa. The count 2-0. Like a breaking ball that slipped out of his hand. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Suns. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Blues. As you play with 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th. Tomosa swings and it's a high fly ball on the right. Zach Smith waiting for it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. We're through 5 at Muzzy Field. 7-0 Blues on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to bristolbeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
We head to the top of the 6th inning here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 7-0 Blues lead the Suns. And another new pitcher for the Blues. It'll be the right-hander Joel Torres out of Western Oklahoma, native of New York. He will make his 8th appearance of the season. 11 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 7, walked 11, and surrendered 15 hits. Did not have that great of an outing his last time out against the Navigators. Back on July 29th, allowed 2 earned runs and 3 walks, 1 hit in 2 innings. Struck out 1. That was in the top half of that 9th inning. Made the Blues trail 4-2. But the Blues came back and won it in the bottom of the ninth with 3 runs. This will be his first appearance of the season against the Suns.
Top of the 6th, which means we'll take a look at the FCBL scoreboard for Thursday, August 3rd. In 8 innings earlier today, the Worcester Bravehearts defeated the Wachusett Dirt Dogs 6-3, and then in Game 2, the Dirt Dogs lead the Bravehearts 3-0. In the bottom of the 7th, the Martha's Vineyard Sharks have a 7-6 lead over the North Shore Navigators at Frazier Field. And at Holman Stadium, good news for Blues fans, the Brockton Rocks lead the Nashua Silver Knights 2-0. And that's huge, once again, like we said, for the Blues fans, because the team that's right behind the Blues in the overall standings are the Silver Knights, who are in 5th.
Also want to keep your eye on the Sharks and Navigators score. Because if the Knights lose and the Sharks win, that could make that a little tighter. And maybe the Sharks can overtake the Knights. First pitch from Joel Torres is high and into Zach Smith for ball 1.
Now, again, as we mentioned, the Blues have the least amount of games. They have 48 points. The Silver Knights have 51, but the Blues have a higher winning percentage.
And the count 2-0 on Smith.
The Blues' winning percentage is .522, and for the Silver Knights, it's .510.
2-0 from Torres. Outside, ball 3. That just missed the outside corner.
So again, with a victory here tonight for the Blues, that will make it 50 points on the season. The Suns have 53.
3-0, taking all the way. Fastball down the middle. Count 3-1 on Smith.
Which is 3rd in the league right now for the Suns. First overall are the Rocks. They have 62 points. And second are the Dirt Dogs with 54.
3-1, broken back, ground ball to short. Gonzalez gobbles it up, fires a strike to Mitch Williams at first. And there's one away to start the 6th.
So right now, the 3 teams that would not be a part of the postseason next Monday would be the Worcester Bravehearts, the Seacoast Mavericks, and the North Shore Navigators. They're currently ranked 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Well, the Mavericks and the Navigators are pretty much out of it. The Bravehearts still have a shot. Breaking ball strike 0-1 to Ryan Arena.
Those 2 games on Saturday now are huge for the Bravehearts. If they want to have a chance to make the playoffs, they pretty much have to win both games.
0-1, a breaking ball outside, 1-1. One is down low, 2-1. Now the killer for the Bravehearts. They have played 3 home run derbies after the game was tied. After 1 extra inning of play, they go into 3 home run derbies and have lost all 3. Fastball strike 2-2.
And they have lost all of them.
You lose 3. Now you do get a point for a loss. But you get 2 points for a win, so that's 3 points that they don't have. As that one's skied in the air to fairly deep right field. Roy Backey makes the catch. And Torres has recorded the second out of the 6th.
Well, that was the same thing last night with the Silver Knights, because they were in the home run derby, lost, still got 1 point, but couldn't get that second one. And the only 2 teams that have not participated in a home run derby this year are the Blues and the Seacoast Mavericks.
Sean Phelan swings and drives one in the air to deep left center field. That is going to be caught by Logan Green out in left field for the final out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Joel Torres. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 7-0 Blues on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential, help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, work it. Let Work It help you.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, with the Blues ahead of the Suns, 7-0.
If you can't make it over here to Muzzy Field, don't panic, because we have a solution for you. You can either watch a live stream of the game on bristolbluesbaseball.com or listen to every home contest on Bristol's Rock Makes the Beat, the official broadcast station of your hometown Bristol Blues. As we enter now the bottom of the 6th inning, with the Blues in front 7-0 with a touchdown. And as we mentioned, a football reference tonight, first preseason game. Can you believe it? With the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals at Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Football season right around the corner. Before you know it, colleges will be getting underway. NFL season starts a little over a month from now.
Go Maryland.
Leading off for the Blues, it'll be Logan Green, followed by Chris Davis, then Jake Frasca, which is the top third of the Blues order. Green, the only member of the Blues offense to not reach base so far tonight. Struck out looking in the first and is running up to short twice. Those are innings 1, 2, and 3. Everybody else has reached base for the Blues. First pitch from Tyler Brett on for his third full inning of work as a strike 0-1.
And definitely now if you're the Suns, you're looking just from length out of Brett because Shalakis cannot provide that with the 7 runs given up.
0-1, that's a line drive, and every member of the Blues has reached base after Logan Green dunks a single into shallow center field to open the Blues' 6th inning.
And I bring up Chris Davis, who is 0 for 2 in his first at bat, ground out to the shortstop Hughes, walked and stole the base in the 3rd, and then ground out to second base Arena in the 4th. As Green is at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, 7-0 Blues in front of the Suns.
First pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. So this season, four starts now out of 9 for Shalakis. He's given at least 6 runs or more. 2 of those starts, as the throw to first, Green is back. 2 of those starts against the Blues. 8 earned in 5 1/3 innings back on June 20th against the Blues. And now tonight goes 3 innings, 7 runs all earned. And Davis takes outside ball 2.
Which now his ERA is going way up after this start.
The Blues have really killed his ERA this season. 9 1/3 innings he has pitched against the Blues, including tonight. He's given up 16 earned runs in 9 1/3 innings as Davis takes a strike. 2-1. Want to add up the hits? Well, let's add them up. 9 hits on June 20th. 2 hits on August 1st and 7 tonight, as that one almost took out Jake Frasca in the on-deck circle. And count 2-2.
And Cooper Moroka, too, has got to watch out over there. That line drive by Davis. Pretty much near the dugout of the Blues.
So Shalakis against the Blues, 18 hits allowed. And 16 earned runs in 9 1/3 innings as Davis skies one down the left field line. That's a nice play out in left field by Jacob Westerman heading toward the line. Back to first is Green. 1 on, 1 out. And that'll bring up Jake Frasca.
Jake Frasca's 1 for 2. Ground out to Hughes in the 1st. Singled and scored in the 3rd. And then walked in the 4th.
And there's somebody warming up in the Blues bullpen.
Yeah, so I think the theme will be 1 pitcher per inning the rest of the way for Ronnie Palmer and the boys.
Kind of reminds me of the All-Star game as Frasca fouls that first base side and out of play, 0-1.
I think that probably was his plan after last night's rain out, you would think, because that obviously, with Kovacic supposed to start, now you have to back him up. Everyone goes pushed back a day. So I think Palmer just wants to get everyone loose, as we talked about, especially with a couple games left in the regular season.
Which, by the way, that game will not be made up from yesterday, which I believe is the second game this season the Blues will definitely not be making up. Green bluffs towards second, but stops and pitches low 1-1.
And I believe the other one was also with the Suns.
I was on the road, or was that here?
No, I think
that was that
here.
Thursday game a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But I believe there's one on the road I think they may not be making up as well. That one's chopped back to the mound. Brett goes to second one. The return throw to first in plenty of time. A 1-6-3 double play ends the sixth. Let's take this one to the seventh. 7-0. Blues lead the Suns on the beat. The Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagny at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody, that's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny.
New pitcher for the Blues as we add to the top of the seventh. The Blues ahead 7-0 over the Pittsfield Suns. It'll be the right-hander out of Millston Township, New Jersey, Anthony Marone, on for his 14th appearance of the season. The Lehigh right-hander is 6-2 on the year with a 4.43 earned run average out of the pen. 22 and a third innings, 14 strikeouts. He's walked 12 and surrendered 24 hits. His last outing was July 31st on the road against the Dirt Dogs. Check out this line. 2 innings pitched, 7 runs, 1 earned. 6 hits allowed, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He has faced the Suns twice so far this year. Back on June 7th on the road, pitched 3 scoreless innings, allowed 4 hits and struck out 3. And June 20th in that crazy 13-11 game the Blues lost, probably his worst outing of the season. Did not record an out in that game. Allowed 5 runs, 4 earned on 2 hits, 3 walks. So this will be his 3rd appearance of the season against the Suns.
Now, I believe on that game on Monday, you're wondering, well, 7 runs, only 1 earned. I think Max Goyon had 3 errors in that loss to the Dirt Dogs, 16-2. But this is now pitcher number 5 for the Blues. Gennaro, Kovacic, Haag, Torres, and Marone, who leads the FCBO in wins with 6.
One of those guys, Troy Hawkins used to do that when he pitched. Kind of those little vulture wins coming out of the pen. Pitching an inning or so and then picking up a win. Although Anthony Marone, it's definitely a workhorse out of the bullpen, pitching usually more than an inning.
Yeah, most of these guys in the bullpen can give you multiple innings. Ronnie Palmer can turn to them at any time, as you would think the rest of the way here for the Blues. You'll see a pitcher per inning, especially with a 7-run lead. You might as well get these guys some work. Another guy, too, who always picked up victories in relief, Alfredo Estevez.
First pitch from Marone is down on the way, ball 1 to Jacob Westerman. Westerman 1 for 2, has a single and grounded out to first. It's a high fly ball to deep center field. Davis going back, still going. That ball is over his head and up against the wall. Westerman, with those long strides, pulls into second with a leadoff double here in the 7th inning. And I say long strides because Jacob Westerman is 6'5".
And that's the second hit of the night for Westerman, singled in the second. Now starts off the 7th with a double.
He has 2 of the Suns' 4 hits tonight. The other 2 belonging to Zach Smith in the 1st inning and Alex Porcos leading off the 5th. Scott Holzwasser swings and misses at a Marone breaking ball, 0-1.
He's 0 for 1 on the day. Walked in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th.
7-0 Blues lead at top of the 7th inning here in Muzzy Field. Marone sets and delivers the 0-1 on the outside corner, but just a little outside apparently, and the count 1-1.
In the bottom of the 7th, it will be time to wish a few Major League Baseball players a very happy birthday.
1-1 pitch to Holzwasser is high at 2-1.
Couple good ones for you today, as always.
I think out of all the names we've seen come here at Muzzy Field this year, I think Holzwasser is probably one of my top 3 favorites.
Favorite names?
Just fun to say. A lot of different vowels. There's a Z in there. 2-1 is high, ball 3.
Again, you want to be careful here. Obviously, you still have a very comfortable lead, but you don't want base runners to start getting on via the walk and hits and lead to a couple runs here for the Suns.
Three and 1 the count on Holzwasser. Marone sets and delivers. That one's popped in the air, shallow right field. Roy will make the call on the catch, the right fielder, for the first out of the 7th.
As now one of the 4 hits on the night for the Suns. Alex Parco stepping up with a hit back in the 5th. But that was a big outright there by Marone. Down the count 3-1, makes the big pitch, gets Holzwasser the pop up to Roy and right, because then you would have had first and second, nobody out.
First pitch to Parkos is foul. First base side out of play, 0-1.
First we had the lights and then maybe someone's car.
Sure, let's just break everything today.
Or a house over there.
The houses are pretty close here on the first base side. If it gets over the netting, which is on top of the roof here, it's heading for a house. That one's hitting the air to deep center field. Davis hitting back, still going back. That ball is off the wall. They're going to wave Westerman around third. He is going to score easily, and the Suns are on the board on the RBI double for Alex Parkos. It's 7-1.
Yeah, right there over the head of Davis brings home the first run of the game for the Suns. And Westerman on the season for Parkos.
That ball just kept going and going.
That was RBI number 23, which is tied for 3rd overall for the team.
Tochi on the night has struck out swinging twice. So 2 doubles in the inning have the Suns a run here in the 7th. They still trail by 6 as Marone deals down on away ball 1.
Parkos is now tied with Sean Phelan for RBIs in 23, but for the leader of the team is still Marrero with 23. And second is Holzwasser with 27.
That one misses outside 2-1. Excuse me, 2-0.
And Tochi's up. He struck out in both appearances at the plate in the 2nd and then in the 5th.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
And on deck is Hal Hughes, the shortstop. And nobody is warming up in the Suns bullpen, so it's quiet there.
Or the Blues bullpen as of now. Marone delivers the 2-1 swing and a miss at a fastball on the outside corner, 2-2.
Well, I think you're going to see the Suns maybe the rest of the way go with Brett to finish this one off. As for the Blues, if you're a Palmer, of course you want to see Marone finish this inning and not go to another guy in the bullpen.
Marone sets about chest high, the 2-2, down and away 3-2, as Tochi laid off the breaking ball. A run in the inning so far for the Suns. They trail by 6. It's 7-1. A 3-2 pitch coming from Marone to the Suns catcher is popped up. Schoenfeld behind the plate. Cannot make the catch. Made such a fantastic play. Earlier in the game, this one was first base side of home plate, near the home plate area, and he just could not make the catch. Dropped untouched, and the count's still 3-2 on Tochi.
Sometimes this happens, though. The harder plays you make, and these are ones you just can't get a hold of. But hopefully right here they can just avoid that and get the strikeout or get an out here for out number 2.
Again, the 3-2. Line to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to put the brakes on Parkos at third. So Schoenfeld smacks the side of his catcher's mask, knowing that that out was not recorded and giving Parkos another swing. And the Suns at first and third, 1 out for Hal Hughes.
Yes, a nice piece of hitting there by Tochi going the opposite field. A nice job by the third base coach right there, making sure that the runner stays at third. Don't want to take a chance down still by 6 runs. 1 base runner at a time for the Suns.
Hughes on the night is 0 for 2. Marone deals a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1.
So Parkos is at third. Tochi at first with Hughes at the plate. Marone on the mound. Blues still lead 7-1.
Oh, 1 pitch. Chopped on the ground, foul outside of third. And the Suns shortstop is quickly down the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Now you expect the breaking stuff on 0-2. But we'll see here. You never know if Marone tries to throw that fastball in quickly.
Sometimes likes to go high and try to get guys to chase. Oh, does go with the breaking ball down and away, but Hughes did not offer at it. Again, 1-2. First and third, 1 out, top of the 7th. A run in for the Suns. It's 7-1 Blues. And time is called as a couple balls got loose in the Blues dugout and trickled into foul territory. And now we're set to go with the count 1-2 on Hughes. Marone sets and delivers the 1-2. Line to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Going first to third, or trying to, is Tochi. He's going to make it. On his way to second goes Hughes. So it's going to be a single and an RBI for Hughes. It's 7-2 now, and the Suns have runners on second and third and 1 out.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Driving another run. Now it's 7-2 now with runners on second and third. And because of the throw to third, that allowed Hughes to go to second.
I think a good throw by Davis, and Tochi is dead at third base.
Oh, for sure.
The throw was offline, and Tochi, I think, took a big turn around second, and then I think he just decided to keep going. I don't think he wanted to, but I think his legs just kept moving, and he did not stop. Probably not the best decision to go there, but it works out for him. And now a ground ball by the Suns to an infielder could get them within 4. As we go back to the top of the order, and Andre Marrero.
The man who leads the Suns in RBIs with 33.
And it looked like Jacob Wallace warming in the Blues bullpen now. Second and third, 1 out, 2 runs for the Suns this inning. Pitches down and away, ball 1.
And because of this now, you have to get someone warming up in the Blues bullpen just in case, because a base hit right here, you're looking at 7-4 potentially.
1-0, down low, 2-0. The Suns came into this inning with just 3 hits in the game over the first 6 innings and no runs. And they've scored 2 runs on 4 hits so far this inning.
Westerman, Parkos, Tochi, and then Hughes.
We told you about the last time Marone faced the Suns here at Muzzy Field. Did not get an out and surrendered 5 runs. In a game the Blues ended up losing 13-11. Second and third, 1 out. The 2 to Marrero. Fastball on the outside corner, 2-1.
Big pitch right there. They get the strike, but still behind the count, 2-1.
You know, the person who's kicking himself right now is Jeff Schoenfeld.
Should have been out number 2.
For dropping that pop-up. Or at least not getting to that pop-up. 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1 makes a nice save there as that one almost headed to the backstop. 3-1 the count with a dangerous hitter on deck in Zach Smith.
who has a base hit already, all the way back in the first.
Marone sets now the 3-1. A high pop-up first base side. Mitch Williams makes the call and the catch for a big second out of the inning. A ground ball could have made this a 7-3 game. Instead, Marrero pops out. And runners on second and third, 2 out for Zach Smith.
A big pitching right there by Marone, especially facing the best hitter on the team to get him to pop out to Mitch Williams. Now there's 2 outs, but still needs 1 more out to get out of this inning. As you mentioned, with Zach Smith at the plate.
Smith came into this game hitting .318 with 18 runs batted in. The native of New Canaan, Connecticut. As Mark said, has 1 hit tonight. That was a single back in the first. He has since flied out to left and grounded out to short. Marone's first pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Shane Felt. Typical of him. And the count 1-0.
Especially don't want that runner to score on the pass ball while pitch and make the Suns inch a little closer back in this one.
At third is Alex Porcos. At second base is Hal Hughes. Sevi Tochi's at third. And Hughes at second. There's a strike to Smith, 1-1. 2 runs for the Suns in the top of the 7th. They've made a 7-run deficit into 5. 1-1. Hit on the ground right side. Tomosa fields and gets Smith. Nice job by Marone. Keeping the damage just to 2. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch a little bit here at Muzzy Field with the Blues ahead. 7-2 on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunx's Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
And we are back here on the beat as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning as the Bristol Blues have a 7-2 lead. It's the bottom of the 7th, which means it is time for some happy birthdays on this August 3rd. Rockies first baseman Mark Reynolds turns 34. The power-hitting veteran is having a productive season for Colorado. The former Virginia Cavalier hit his 23rd homer this afternoon against Rafael Montero and the Mets. Mark's best season came in 2009 with the Arizona Diamondbacks when he batted .260, belted a career-high 44 dingers, and had a career-high 102 RBIs. That year, Reynolds struck out 223 times, breaking his one-year MLB record for most Ks in a single season for a position player. 2002 World Series champion Troy Gloss turns 41. The former third baseman won the MVP that fall classic for the Angels. The 4-time All-Star hit .387 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs in the 7 games against the Giants. And on this day in 1894, Harry Heilman was born in San Francisco, California. Slug made his debut with the Detroit Tigers in 1914. The first baseman and right fielder won the AL batting title 4 times. Heilman ranks 12th all-time in career batting average. He hit .342. The former Tiger in Red was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1952, 1 year after he passed away.
Jason Gonzalez starts things off in the bottom of the 7th with the Blues ahead 7-2, takes one high and away ball 1. Tyler Brett on for his 4th full inning of work in relief of Brandon Shalakis, who went 3 innings, allowed 7 hits and 7 earned runs. Gonzalez fouls that one away 1-1. I guess Mark Reynolds knew that you were going to give him a shout out on air today. Decided to hit a home run.
That's right. Had to double check and see how he was doing, and the Rockies ended up winning that game over the Mets.
Nice birthday home run.
But having a great season for the Rockies as their first baseman.
1-1 to Gonzalez is down and in.
But Brett has done a nice job out of the bullpen for the Suns.
He has not given up a run over his first 3 innings of work. The 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now Gonzalez hits a high fly ball to deep right field. This one's turning, looking. Say goodbye to that one. Jason Gonzalez with an opposite field solo home run to lead off the 7th. And the Blues get a run back. They now lead at 8-2.
A nice opposite field home run there by Gonzalez, his 4th hit of the night. And now he is a triple away from the cycle, so definitely keep that in mind if he comes up one more time in this one. But the power of Gonzalez showed in the home run derby and right there to give the Blues the 8-2 lead here in the 7th.
Jason Gonzalez flashing that home run derby power. Nick Roy swings and misses 0-1.
His 3rd home run of the season for Gonzalez.
Roy takes down low 1-1. That was a prodigious blast by Gonzalez going opposite field. I haven't seen many opposite field home runs in Muzzy Field this year.
What was that, over the Babe Ruth sign in right field?
I think it was. Maybe over the AM Fitness sign. Maybe right between those two out there. Count 2-1 now on Roy.
Gonzo for Gonzalez.
And there's a strike, 2-2.
So the Suns got 2 in the bottom of the top of the 7th, and the Blues get 1 here to lead 8-2.
Hit on the ground at the middle. Hughes diving, and it gets through into center field for a base hit. Roy takes a big turnaround first, but he'll stop right there. So a home run and a single opened the Blues half of the 7th. And that'll bring up Mitch Williams.
Who's 1 for 2 on the night. Flew out to left in the 2nd, single in the 3rd, and flew out to center in the 4th.
Now I'm going to give you a little trivia question.
Okay.
You said Mark Reynolds did a home run earlier.
Yes.
Today's his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Major League Baseball's all-time leader in birthday home runs? There's a strike to Williams, 0-1.
That's a good one. I think I have seen this before, so I'm going to guess A-Rod.
That is correct.
All right.
Alex Rodriguez with 6 home runs on his birthday. He is the leader. That's ripped up the middle. Almost took the leg of the pitcher, Brett, off as that goes into center field. So maybe the Blues are starting to see Brett a little better. A home run and 2 singles open the Blues bottom of the 7th. Then I'll bring up Max Goyon.
Who ground out to the second baseman Arena in his last at bat in the 5th. And I believe A-Rod's birthday is July 27th, I think.
I think so. So he just had a birthday.
Can't forget he is in the last year of his contract, even though he's not playing for the Yankees.
Goyon takes outside ball 1.
Goyon singled and drove with a run in the 2nd. Also had an RBI in the 3rd via a hit by pitch.
That's hit him in the left field for a base hit. They're going to wave Roy around third. He's going to score, and the Blues just got the 2 runs back that they allowed in the top half of the 7th. Their 7-run lead is back. It's 9-2 on the RBI single for Max Goyon.
4 straight hits now for the Blues to begin the bottom of the 7th. So even when they have a big lead, they always match the opponent. Whatever they score in the top of an inning, it seems that the Blues always just bounce back and do it themselves and now lead 9-2.
So against Tyler Brett this inning, Jason Gonzalez started things off with an opposite field home run to right. Nick Roy with a single, Mitch Williams with a single, And Max Goyon with a single that drove in a run. For Goyon, he now has 3 runs batted in the game. Had an RBI single in the second, was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the third, and now the RBI single here in the 7th. Pitch to Schoenfeld is down and away, ball 1.
We do see an arm warming up in the bullpen for the Suns.
Runner at second is Williams, Goyon at first, and a breaking ball, strike at the knees to Schoenfeld, 1-1. This will be pitch number 52 for Brett in his 4th full inning of work. 1-1 on the way. Fastball strike on the inside corner, 1-2.
So we saw Schoenfeld have an RBI or have a single back in the second. Made a great defensive play. Then he should have had one last inning.
I'm sure he'd take those 2-run singles all back.
Oh, yeah.
That 2-run single back on the second and all back to make that catch last half inning. 1-2 in the dirt. Nice block by Tochi behind the plate. Count evens up at 2-2.
Still nobody out for the Blues.
The Suns with 2 runs in the top of the 7th got a 7-0 lead. Made it 7-2. And the Blues have come right back and scored 2 so far in the bottom of the 7th to make it a 9-2 game.
And I believe warming up for the Suns in the bullpen is Jake Rockefeller from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Because it's a lefty, so it's either him or Austin Wendt, who we saw here on Sunday pitch.
Two to the count on Schoenfeld. Brett sets at the chest and delivers. In the dirt, ball 3. Ball gets away a little bit, and both runners will move up on the wild pitch.
And we did get confirmation from the boys in the booth that it is Jake Rockefeller warming up for the Suns. So we'll see if he comes in before the lineup goes over to Chris Davis. Maybe they'll bring him in against a couple righties.
Infield now comes in for the Suns. They can't allow any more runs to score in this one. If they want to have a realistic shot at a comeback. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, 9-2 Blues lead it. Schoenfeld pops it up right side. Parkos will not make the catch, and it's a foul ball. That's a tough play for a first baseman. I know that's a lot of ground for the second baseman, Arena, to cover, and the right fielder, Smith, to get there. But it looked like Parkos had no help on that whatsoever.
And you could tell the way he was lining up to make that catch just didn't seem like he was going to be able to hang on, and he did not. So the ball drops. So another chance for Schoenfeld to drive in some more runs here. As you mentioned, everyone in the infield is in for the Suns, except for the shortstop and second baseman back up now. So now only the first baseman, Parkos, and the third baseman, Holzwasser, are now in.
3-2 pitch. Low ball 4. So Schoenfeld draws a walk, and the Blues have him loaded up in the bottom of the 7th. Now to bring up number 9 hitter, Mark Tomosa,
who's still looking for his first hit of the night. Ground out to the shortstop Hughes in the second. Sacrifice fly in the third. And popped out to the right fielder Smith in the 5th.
And that's going to be it for the righty Tyler Brett. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the other side of this short break. On the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues player of the game. Then head over to the Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the player of the game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
The new pitcher for the Suns is the side-winding left-hander Jake Rockefeller out of Cumberland, Rhode Island, who goes to URI. He will make his 16th appearance of the season, 0-1, with an 8.82 earned run average, 17 in the third innings, 9 strikeouts, 8 walks, 19 hits allowed. Also has picked up a save this year. That 8.82 ERA, well, that's courtesy of these Bristol Blues. So this is not someone he likes to see. He's made 1 appearance against them, and you guessed it, it was that 24-9 game back on July 23rd at Pittsfield. Pitched 2 innings in that game, allowed 8 earned runs on 10 hits and 2 walks. So he'll get to face them at Muzzy Field for the first time. And he inherits a tough situation. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. With Mark Tomosa as his first batter.
Of course, as a lefty, has a little funky delivery on the mound. Doesn't drop as low as, let's say, Mike Myers used to do, the former pitcher, but still we'll see if this time a little off balance here with these Blues hitters. But, hey, they had success against them back in that 24-run game on July 23rd, and we'll see here. Tough task with the base loaded, nobody out.
First pitch is strike 0-1.
Again, Tomosa looking for his first hit of the night for the Blues.
Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. 2 runs in for Bristol this inning as Tomosa lines one to left field. That's going to be caught. Tagging at third base is Williams. The throw to the plate is offline. A sac fly for Tomosa, his second sac fly of the game. And the Blues have hit double digits. They now lead it 10-2.
Now, Tomosa must have heard the on this day in baseball history when we mentioned that Edgar Martinez had 3 sacrifice flies in one game. Now he has 2, and the Blues lead 10-2.
Everybody's listening to you. Mark Reynolds with the home run on his birthday. You have him on the list. Now, quick, go ask for $10 million. The throw to the plate, they check on the appeal to see if Williams left early. The home plate umpire said he did not. So 1 out. The other runners did not move up on the throw. So it's first and second, 1 out for Logan Green.
I'm not surprised they did that, though, because initially when I saw him coming from third, I thought he didn't. His foot was on the bag.
We'll go to the tape after the game. There's a strike to Green, 0-1. Now Ronnie Palmer and Scott Holzwasser over at third base, kind of talking a little bit. Holzwasser trying to plead his case to Palmer, although Palmer's not going to listen. 0-1, runners go, and that's going to be an easy stolen base for Goyon at third. On the back end, Shanefield goes to second. Goyon had a huge jump. It was probably halfway between short and third by the time Rockefeller threw that ball. And the count 1-1.
Hey, get those stolen bases. No lead is ever safe.
That's chopped on the ground foul. It's out of third. The Suns with second and third, 1 out, play the infield back, so they're just going to give up runs for outs here, trailing by 8 in the bottom of the 7th.
I know sometimes you always see if a team has a big lead, maybe they wouldn't steal, but hey, every run's important, especially when you have a chance to score more runs. You take it.
1-2 pitch to Green, outside, ball 2.
And on deck is the lefty Chris Davis.
Now Holzwasser in at third a little bit. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away, still 2-2. The Suns got it to within 5 after scoring twice in the top of the 7th. Made it 7-2. They could have had more with runners on second and third and less than 2 outs. But Anthony Marone held them to just 2, and now the Blues have scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th as Green spoils another one, and the count's still 2-2.
Yeah, Moreau made that big pitch to Andre Marrero, getting the pop out to Mitch Williams for the second out in the top of the 7th. And then the last out of the inning was the ground ball from Zach Smith to Mosa to end the inning.
2-2 the count on Green, who's spoiled a couple 2-strike pitches. And now swings and misses on a high slider. And there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th.
I bring up Chris Davis, who has 1 hit on the night. That came back in the 3rd. In his last at bat, he flew out to the left fielder, Westerman, in the 6th.
The runner at third is Goyon. The runner at second base is Schoenfeld. With 2 out, 3 runs in for the Blues in the bottom of the 7th. They lead it 10-2. Rockefeller deals, chopped slowly on the ground. The left-hander fields on the mound, flips underhand to first. Probably not a good decision. Third base side of the mound, flipped a long underhand toss as if he was playing cornhole to get the speedy Davis, and that will do it. After 7 innings, 10-2, Blues lead the Suns on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
And we are back here on the Beat in the top of the 8th inning as your Bristol Blues have a 10-2 lead over the Pittsfield Suns as Jacob Wallace will now enter the game for the Blues. Make sure you stop by Harvest Bakery, home of the best buns in the town. They're located at 84 Farmington Avenue in Bristol. Call 800-589-8800. That's 800-589-8800. Harvest Bakery has been serving the community for over 75 years. It is the official bakery of your Bristol Blues.
Jacob Wallace, the new pitcher for the Blues as we enter the top of the 8th. The 2017 FCBO All-Star, 0-3 on the year with a 2.5 ERA. 12 games, 1 start, 18 innings pitched, has struck out 22. Walked 11 and surrendered 11 hits. Has also picked up 2 saves. Also pitched in the All-Star game right here at Muzzy Field. Went 2/3 of an inning in that game. Did not allow a run. Last outing came July 25th at home against the Dirt Dogs. So it's been a while since we've seen him pitch. Went a scoreless inning in that one. Walked 2 and struck out 1.
And he also did pitch in Game 1, which was back on June 30th now. He relieved Dakota Sitar, struck out 4 hitters in an inning in the 3rd, was nasty with Sitar to give him that victory in Game 1.
So he has pitched in a game.
But of course, because
not officially
right.
Since June 30th. Now, he did get the save for that game.
Yes.
So in those 2 games against the Suns he's pitched in, one was that wacky June 30th game, which was finished this past Sunday, July 30th, when an inning of the 3rd, 4 strikeouts. So he struck out everybody he faced.
And coming up for the Suns in the top of the 8th will be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Ryan Arena, Sean Phelan, and then Jacob Westerman. So Jacob versus Jacob coming up.
Jacob W's. Westerman and Wallace. Wallace also pitched against the Suns on June 20th at home when an inning, walked 1 and struck out 2. That was the 13-11 Blues loss. 10-2 Blues lead at top of the 8th as Ryan Arena starts things off. Arena 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Popped up to Shanefield in the second on a fantastic play by the Blues catcher. And flat out to right in the sixth. The side-winding right-hander deals on the outside corner of the fastball 0-1.
Again, the Blues 6 outs away from another victory and point number 50 on the year.
0-1, swing and a miss, good hard fastball up in the zone, the count 0-2. Blues with 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the third. Suns scored twice in the top of the seventh, and the Blues came right back and scored 3 times in the bottom of the seventh. Arena fouls that one away, still 0-2. Wallace sets the high leg kick. Nasty slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. And there is one away in the top of the 8th.
Hey, we saw it on Sunday, and so far continues here against these Suns hitters. Mowed them down one by one, and what a nasty off-speed pitch to get Arena swinging for the first out here in the 8th.
Going to ring up Sean Phelan. He's also 0 for 3. Ground out to second twice and is flied out to left. Fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Yeah, he was about as good as we've seen him this year in game 1 of that doubleheader this past Sunday.
Yeah, both him and Sitar. 13 total strikeouts from the two. Sitar 9, Wallace 4.
High fastball. Phelan swings through it, 0-2.
And no base runners reached, by the way, for Wallace's inning in the third. Perfect. Struck out 4 of the 6 hitters.
So that June 30th game, which, as we said, was finished this past Sunday, Blues pitcher struck out 15 batters. That one's foul. That's going to be catcher's interference. Shanefeld's glove popped right off his hand. And so that will mean the runner at first, 1 out for Jacob Westerman. And they're going to give some time for Shanefeld after the bat hit his hand.
And Westerman in his last at-bat doubled and scored on the RBI by Parkos. Westerman has 2 of the 7 hits for the Suns.
So the catcher's interference is an error on Shanefeld. So runner at first, 1 out for Westerman. Here comes the Jacob W. matchup. Wallace and Westerman. Time is called.
We're going to have a pinch runner at first, number 14. Who is not listed on my roster. So I'm not sure who number 14 is. Oh, actually, it's a pitcher, Alex Carasoto. So a pitcher pinch running here in the 8th.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
That's why I couldn't find him. He's a pitcher.
Fastball high, ball 1.
We really shouldn't be surprised, though, because we have seen pitchers hit like Rodriguez of the Suns, and now an 8-run deficit. Of course, a pitcher comes into the game to replace Phelan.
Well, I mean, a night that starts off on an 0-1 pitch, a light broken in the light tower on the, it's almost impossible to hit from the batter's box. 1-0 outside, 2-0. You have to think a pitcher is going to pinch run.
Mm.
I mean, that's the natural progression of this.
Yeah, of course. The catcher's interference in this inning.
Now, Carasoto actually, as that one misses low 3-0.
He pitched, right?
Did
he pitch last time we were here?
Yes, but he has also pinch run in a game once before this season. That was back on June 18th against the Mavericks. in a 7-4 loss by the Suns. 3-0 pitch, inside ball 4. So a catcher's interference and a walk puts runners on first, second, 1 out for the Suns in the 8th, and that'll bring up Scott Holzwasser.
When his last bat flew out to the right fielder Nick Roy in the 7th. That's the one thing you get concerned about, though, with obviously a pitcher on the bases. You don't want him getting hurt on the bases. That's the last thing you want to see.
Now, Carosota did not pitch Sunday. He pitched on June 30th.
Oh, okay.
That one's hit high in the air toward deep right field. Roy going back, still going back. He makes the catch at the wall for the second out of the inning. Carosota flashing the speed, tagging and going to third. Runners on first and third, 2 out for the Suns in the 8th.
Now bring up Alex Parkos, who drove in the first run of the game for the Suns last inning in the 7th. Looking for another opportunity here with 2 outs as they trail 10-2.
Carosota did pitch in that July 23rd game, that 24-9 game, went 3 innings in a run. And in that June 30th game in relief, which was, again, we'll read it again, was played on this past Sunday, went 4 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. A swing and a miss by Alex Parkos begins his at-bat. 0-1.
Actually, Parkos has 2 singles. Also had one in the 5th.
First and third, 2 out, top of the 8th. Blues lead by 8. Wallace deals low, ball 1. Wallace looked like he wanted that one. Does not get the call.
And back in that 5th inning, Parkos was out on the fielder's choice, hit by shortstop Hal Hughes. As Tochi is on deck, the catcher, who also singled in the 7th.
That one's fouled away, first base side, and count 1-2.
So count 1-2. On Parkos with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Wallace dangles the arm, now comes up to set at the belt and delivers the 1-2. Down and away, ball 2. Ball gets away from Schoenfeld. On to second goes Westerman. Not scoring is Carosota from third. So the wild pitch moves the runner up to second base with 2 out.
You know what? If I lived in one of these houses over here, I would just get a glove, get a chair, and just sit out there. Catch 5 balls all night.
Would you?
Yeah, I think I would.
You know, the opposite side of that is you got to have really good insurance. Just in case you miss. 2-2, check swing on the pitch down and away. And it's ball 3. Schoenfeld tripped over the home plate umpire's leg.
That could have been dangerous right there with the umpire. But just held the bat back enough to stay in the count. 3-2.
Second and third, 2 out for the Suns in the top of the 8th. The 3-2 pitch to Parkos. Swing and a miss, chase the high fastball. And that will do it in the top of the 8th. Blues 10, Suns 2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory keyword retirement.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Blues lead the Suns 10-2. On the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. As we get set to start the bottom of the 8th.
With the playoffs on the horizon, you want to make sure that you show off your team's colors with some Blues merchandise. There are 2 ways to do this. Either check out bristolbluesstore.com or stop by the store at 357 North Main Street. Call 860-582-2583. That's 860-582-2583. Sing the blues with new blues gear.
The Blues will send up a pinch hitter. It's a new player for his first Blues at-bat. Alex Loparco will pinch hit for Jake Frasca here in the bottom of the 8th. Loparco just joined the team out of Western New England, native of Greenwich, Connecticut, 5'8", 160 pounds. We're told one of the better players on Western New England squad. So he'll get his first at-bat. So this will be his first at-bat of the season for the Blues. To start the bottom of the 8th.
I like this, though. You're up 10-2. Might as well get his feet wet right here. Get his first at-bat.
First pitch, and Jake Rockefeller came in to get out of the bottom of the 7th. Deals a strike 0-1.
Alex Loparco from Greenwich, Connecticut.
0-1 inside, ball 1. Fouled first base side out of play, 1-2. Alex Loparco last year had a pretty good season with the Golden Bears of Western New England. That's grounded to first. Flying down the line on a ground ball to first base and almost beat it. But he's out for the first out of the inning.
I love those nicknames, the Golden Bears. We'll check out his stats in a second.
Now, before we go to Loparco, it's cycle watch right now.
That's right. With Jason Gonzalez, a triple away from the cycle, 2 doubles, a single, and then that home run in the 7th.
So he's 4 for 4, making a bid for the player of the night that the FCBL gives out every night. Pitches outside, ball 1.
Now, if he hits something in the gap, you know he's going to third. There's no stopping.
That's why they wrote that Queen song, Don't Stop Me Now. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, ball 2. They also may not give him anything to pitch here. Excuse me, anything to hit here. 2 doubles, a single, and a home run.
You know, if Rockefeller throws the fastball here, Gonzalez will be ready for it.
There's a nice gap out in left center field that has his name on it. That one's way outside, ball 3. This one, they may just be working around him.
At this point, yeah, I mean, the way he's hitting and 4 for 4 on the night, don't want him to do anything right here.
3-0. Check swing, he went around. Said the home plate umpire, 3-1.
Nice little hit right down the line. As the left fielder is way over, that's Jacob Westerman.
3-1, high and away, ball 4. Didn't give him really anything good to hit here, so unless the Suns come back and tie this game, we head to an extra inning. No cycle for Jason Gonzalez, or the Blues could bat around here. Maybe he'll get another at-bat. So, but a perfect night. 4 for 4, 2 RBIs, and a walk, and that'll bring up Nick Roy.
Who has reached base 3 times in 4 at-bats, doubled in the 2nd, scored a run, walked in the 3rd, ground out to second baseman in the 4th, and also singled in the 7th.
By the way, the numbers on Alex Loparco at Western New England had a good season last year there. 40 games, had 46 hits and 161 at-bats. That's a .286 batting average. 3 home runs, drove in 32. Roy takes a strike, 0-2.
And we see every person on this Blues team, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, contribute in some type of way. So you know his opportunity will come up in one of these last couple games. You just know it.
0-2 fouled away. That was his sophomore season that he just finished. Had a really good freshman year at Western New England. 41 games. Hit .310 with a .380 on base percentage. Also a base stealer. His 2 years in college, 17 stolen bases. He's been caught once. 0-2 grounded foul outside of first. It sounded like Roy broke his bat, and he tosses it away. Indeed, he did. And we showed his speed on that ground ball to first base, busting it out of the box.
So you're saying they should have a competition out there after the game between him and Chris Davis?
Yeah, I think so. I think that needs to happen. I think that would make a great little video to put on social media.
Well, hey, you know what? Come postseason time, if you need a big steal late in the game and he's available on the bench, go to him.
He is your Dave Roberts / Homer Bush.
All right, that's better. Okay.
Okay,
that's better. Homer Bush. Yeah,
/ any speed guy you put at the end of your bench. Strike 3. Roy goes down looking for the first out of the 8th. Second out of the 8th.
As now Mitch Williams steps up, singled as well in his last at-bat in the 7th. Remember, that was 4 consecutive hits for the Blues last inning. The home run by Gonzalez, the single by Roy, the single by Williams, and then the single by the next hitter on deck, the third baseman tonight, number 13, don't forget, Max Goyon.
Oh, that's instead of pinch hitter Cooper Moroka.
Ah, there you go.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Recently back from the disabled list.
The Cheshire, Connecticut native takes outside ball 1. His last game was all the way back on July 8th against the Dirt Dogs. It was a pretty good game he had that day. 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in, a double, and 2 runs scored. Here's a strike, 1-1 on the season. Hitting .228, 18 hits and 79 at-bats, 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in.
And Moroka is a player that we have seen mostly at third base, sometimes at first, and I believe even once in the outfield and left field.
I think a couple of times we've seen him out in left field. But ever since the arrival of Jason Gonzalez, that really cut into his playing time at third. Swings and misses there, 1-2. So his first game since July 8th, nearly a month. 1-2 from Rockefeller. Lined in the right field, a base hit. Welcome back, Cooper Moroka. Going first to third is Gonzalez, and the Blues have runners on the corners and 2 out in the 8th.
Nice job there by Moroka. Dusts off the rust and gets the base hit to right field, keeping this inning alive as Max Goyon, who also singled in his last at-bat last inning, will step up.
Goyon might want to keep number 13. Having a pretty good night with it.
Has 2 hits on the night. Also that RBI in the 3rd with the hit by pitch.
Fastball high, ball 1.
His only out came in the 5th when he ground out to Arena at second base.
But Goyon said it's a one-night only thing. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. 10-2, Blues lead it. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-1 count on Max Goyon, who's playing third tonight. And that's inside, 2-1.
10 runs on 14 hits.
They've really been beaten up on the Suns' pitching of late. Except for Sunday's game when they got shut out. That's a high pop-up right side, foul territory. And out of play, untouched, 2-2.
Right, because game 2 they were shut out by pitcher Gage Feeney.
In the 7-inning game.
Right. That's when we saw Brandon Fox pitch a season-high 5 innings for the Blues.
2-2 pitch on the outside corner, strike 3. Goyon down looking. And that will do it for the 8th. Let's take this one to the 9th with the Blues ahead by 8. It's 10-2 on the Beat the Bristol Blues broadcast network.
The CV Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. CV Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasoniinsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
We head to the top of the ninth inning here at Muzzy Field. The Blues ahead 10-2. New pitcher for the Blues. It'll be the closer, trying to protect an 8-run lead. It's Tommy Curtin, making his 14th appearance of the season. 1-1 with a 1.42 earned run average. 12 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 17, walked just 3, and allowed 9 hits. Has 11 saves. Also pitched in the All-Star game right here at Muzzy back on July 18th. When an inning in that game, walked 1, gave up 2 hits, but did not allow a run. Last outing came August 1st against the Suns. Got 1 out to get the save in that one, and the Blues 4-2 win. That was his last outing against the Suns. Took his lone loss of the season back on June 20th against them. When an inning and 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. That was the only game he has given up a run, was back on June 20th against the Suns.
Make sure you join us for our last regular season broadcast on Sunday, when the Blues host the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. And just a friendly reminder, if you can't make it over here to Muzzy, catch every home game of the Bristol Blues on the beat. Bristol's Rock Mix, proud to be the official broadcast station of your Bristol Blues. Bristol Blues baseball on the beat is truly a winning combination.
Sevi Tochi will start things off in the ninth. 1 for 3 on the night, 2 strikeouts and a single. Cooper Maroka takes over at first base. He pinch hit for Mitch Williams in the bottom of the 8th. Fouls the first pitch off of Curtin. 0-1. Swing and a miss at high fastball. 0-2.
So 3 outs away from the Blues' second consecutive victory, and again, 50 points on the season.
The right-hander sets and deals inside and to hit him. So an 0-2 pitch hits Tochi, the last thing Curtin wanted to do. But he still has an 8-run lead to play with, so as of now, he's not going to worry too much about it. Runner on first, nobody out. And that'll bring up the shortstop for the Suns, Hal Hughes.
And that game has gone final. The Silver Knights have lost to the Brockton Rocks 3-2.
Curtin's first pitch to Hughes is a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1.
It was a slugfest at Fraser Field. The North Shore Navigators defeated the Martha's Vineyard Sharks 11-10. And the Dirt Dogs did take game 2, 8-1 over the Bravehearts.
Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second is not in time. A stolen base for the Suns catcher. And the count 1-1 on Hughes with a runner at second, nobody out in the ninth.
Who drove in the second run of the game for the Suns with his RBI in the 7th.
One pitch from Curtin is foul, right side out of play, 1-2. For Tochi, that is his first stolen base of the season.
And again with the Blues, if you just joined us, tomorrow they have a day off. 2 games, big ones against the Bravehearts on Saturday, and then back here on Sunday against the Dirt Dogs.
1-2 the count on Hal Hughes. Curtin delivers, and that's lined on the right field line, foul. Still 1-2.
But with the Blues keep winning, definitely putting the pressure on all those other teams to make sure they stay where they are. Especially the teams that are trying to chase the Blues as well, including the Silver Knights.
1-2 the count on Hughes. Blues lead it by 8 in the top of the ninth. Curtin sets and delivers. Down and away the breaking ball, 2-2.
Especially with a day off tomorrow for the Blues, Ronnie Palmer can use so many guys tonight to get them at least one inning of relief.
2-2 is at the knee, strike 3. Hughes didn't like it. Complains to the home plate umpire, thought it was low, still complaining. And he will head back to the dugout, one away in the ninth. That'll bring up Andre Marrero.
And they have done a great job against him tonight. He has not gotten a hit in 4 at-bats. Struck out in the first, popped out to Tomosa in the third, ground out to Gonzalez in the fifth, and then that big pitch by Moreau in the seventh, getting Marrero to pop out to Mitch Williams.
First pitch, breaking ball high, ball 1. You think of the way this game goes. In the top of the 7th, 2 runs in. Blues are up 7-2 at that point. If Marone gives up a hit or a ground out to Marrero, as he swings and misses there 1-1, could be a ground out makes it 7-3. A hit could have made it 7-4. And then you're looking at a potential 3-run game at that point.
Now that's the one at-bat you circle on your scorecard. That was the at-bat that changed everything because that kind of ended the hopes the night for the Suns.
1-1, fouled over our heads, right on top of the roof. And back onto the fans below us.
Everyone's okay.
Everyone seems like they're good. Little girl looks like she got a ball on the count 1-2.
You got to be careful here at Muzzy Field. That ball can always come back into play.
1-2 is over the head of Marrero. Breaking ball slipped out of Curtin's hand.
We're just a few minutes away from reaching 3 hours for this game. But that was going to happen when you have 3 runs in 1 inning, followed by 4 the next.
Not counting the 7 or 8 minute delay from the broken light tower. That one's popped up over our heads again, 2-2.
You know, for a slight second, I forgot about that until you brought it up.
Don't forget that. That's right. Second pitch of the game. Andre Marrero fouled the ball off first base side near the Suns dugout. Broke a glass plate that was protecting the light. That's down and away, 3-2. Glass came crashing down on top of the visiting dugout and into the on-deck circle. Couple onto the stairwell for fans to head up into the first base side bleachers. 3-2 pitch, low ball 4, so Marrero draws a walk. Runners on first and second, 1 away in the ninth, and I'll bring up Zach Smith.
Who singled back in the first, flew out to Logan Green in the third, ground out to Gonzalez in the sixth, and ground out to Tomosa, which ended that inning in the seventh.
So Tochi is at second, Marrero at first, 1 out in the ninth. Blues lead by 8. Smith cannot hold his swing there in the count 0-1. One is a breaking ball high, 1-1. And the count 2-1 now in Smith. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. Curtin trying to get this one over with. Blues ahead by 8 in the ninth. and get the Blues to the final 2 regular season games of the 2017 season. That's hit slowly on the ground towards short. Gonzalez coming in. Fields fires, and it's high. Waited on it, threw a little high to Maruka at first base. And the Suns have the bases loaded and 1 out in the 9th. And that'll bring up number 3 hitter, Ryan Arena.
And that will be a E6 on Gonzalez with the high throw of the first, and the bases are juiced for Ryan Arena, who's looking for his first hit of the night.
And they charge Gonzalez with a throwing error on the high throw. So bases loaded, 1 out. The Suns are still 2 grand slams away from tying this game up.
A touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
First pitch is fouled away, 0-1. Or if you want to look at it, 2 field goals and a 2. Well, I can't really get a 2-point conversion. Or safety.
There you go.
Come on, it's almost football season. We're playing football tonight. 0-1, line towards second. Caught by Tomosa. He will step on the bag, but not in time for the double play. Nice grab by Tomosa for the second out of the inning. Base is still loaded. And I believe we'll see a pinch hitter.
That'd be Alexander White from West Hartford, Connecticut, attending school at Eastern Connecticut State, will bat for...
That was Karasuto.
Right.
Who pinch ran for Sean Phelan in the 8th.
When he reached on the catcher's interference. Blues 1 out away from victory number 25 on the season.
And they're now 1 strike away. By the way, White on the season hitting .209, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in 86 at-bats. Curtin sets the 0-2 pitch. Grounded foul outside of first. We'll do it again.
Be very curious to see who Ronnie Palmer turns to start on Saturday. Maybe Malachi pitches a few innings. We'll find out in a couple days.
0-2 popped up behind the plate. Schoenfeld giving it a look, and it's out of play. Still 0-2. Bases loaded, top of the 9th inning. Blues lead it by 8.
You know, Malachi did pitch on Tuesday, so there's a possibility with 5 days that he could start Sunday's game to wrap up the season against the Dirt Dogs.
The right-hander Curtin sets and delivers the 0-2. Fastball high, ball 1.
But, of course, we'll see how Saturday turns out first with 2 against the Bravehearts.
The 1-2 pitch from Curtin just missed the outside corner. Curtin was pumping his fist thinking he got strike 3. But it was not to be in the count 2-2.
Everyone that dug out 2 was ready to jump up and celebrate, but they just got to hold off 1 second.
He broke off a good breaking ball. Curtin cannot believe he didn't get the call. The count 2-2. The right-hander delivers. Popped up behind the plate again. Shadefeld racing back, but again, out of play. Still 2-2.
Pretty impressive at bat, though, by White, who obviously has been sitting there all night. Gets the call with 2 outs, and you're down by 8. But has followed up a couple pitches here. As the count remains 2-2 with 2 outs.
Bases full of Suns. Blues lead by 8 in the 9th. Curtin sets and delivers the 2-2. Chopped up the middle. Gonzalez fields. Steps. Nope. Throws the first for the final out of the inning. As Tommy pulls the curtain on the Blues' 25th win of the season. And the Blues win this one 10-2.
Yeah, what can you say tonight about the Blues? As always, it seems like at Muzzy Field, they always get off to a fast start here. They scored 3 runs in the third, 4 runs in the fourth, and just like that, they were up 7-0, and it was pretty great from the start. I mean, what can you say about Jason Gonzalez with his performance? 2 runs in the third, 4 in the third. But a great night overall, and again, Jason Gonzalez, 4 for 4 on the night, including that home run, and reached base 5 times with that walk.
The Blues got things going early with 3 runs in the second inning, followed by 4 more in the third. And then came, I think, the big inning in the 7th. The Blues ahead 7-0. The Suns scored twice in the top of the 7th, had runners on second and third and 1 out. And this could have gotten really close, but Anthony Marone stepped in and made sure it didn't.
Yes, it came to that one at-bat with Andre Marrero with runners on base, one of the best hitters on the team. And he popped out to Mitch Williams, which really could have gotten the Suns back in this game. And then Marone got out Zach Smith to ground out to Tomosa to end that inning. So only 2 runs on the board. Great job of pitching by Marone to not give the Suns more life. And, you know, Blues, of course, add more runs on the board and finish this game off with a 10-2 victory and 50 points on the year.
The Blues scored 3 more times in the 7th to blow this game open and make it an 8-run game. And that was the final score as Tommy Curtin came in. Made it interesting in the top of the 9th, loading the bases. The Suns would have had a lot of things go right that inning.
Yeah, you can't also forget about the top of the second when we had Malachi in the booth, because in that inning with Gennaro on the mound, the single by Westerman, the walk by Holzwasser, 2 on, nobody out, but as Gennaro and the rest of these Blues pitchers seem to do, always get out of jams with no runs on the board, which is exactly what happened in the second, which followed up their 3 runs in the bottom half.
The win in this game will not go to Gennaro, who goes 3 scoreless. The win will actually go to Tyler Kovacic, who was supposed to pitch yesterday, but didn't because of the rain out. The loss just goes to Brandon Schickless. He goes 3 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Kovacic worked 1 inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning. That was in the 4th. After him was Kyle Hogg, Joel Torres, Anthony Marone, Jacob Wallace, and then Tommy Curtin to nail down the Blues' victory. Our thanks to our on-site producer, Mr. Huck Gallagher, along with the staff and management of Bristol Blues Baseball for making our broadcast possible. Our next game will be the final game of the regular season, Sunday at 6 o'clock against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Can't believe that's already the last game of the regular season already.
It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun.
Gates open an hour and a half before the start of the game, so that'll be around 4:30. If you can't make it to the game, you can catch it all right here on the beat. Begin the pregame show a few short minutes before the first pitch. Right here on the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. So from all of us here at Muzzy Field, my name is Rick Finaro, joined by my good buddy, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro. Saying good night, everybody, from Muzzy Field with the Blues winning this one 10-2.
Good night, Bristol.